Who's the guy right now on CNN that's testifying against O.J.? Is his name Garagos?
It's something. I think he is the actual guy that had the memorabilia that O.J. wanted back.
I was watching that during the spots. Which TV is that? 3?
Yes.
I paused it for a second. Here's an important question they asked him.
Did you steal any of these items from Defendant Simpson?
No, sir, I did not.
All right, you can go.
Those guys are good. God, we thought we had him on that one.
Even
that question.
Even if he got it under squirrely circumstances, that's still not going to get O.J. off for coming in with his goon squad.
Ask him, the guy on the stand a minute ago with the beard. Do you always do these trades in hotel rooms? And the guy goes, yeah, sometimes we do. For whatever reason, O.J. gave him this look like, cut your head off. He started getting that shaking his head back and forth like, I can't believe you're letting him say this.
What kind of trades?
Oh, when they sell the memorabilia. The guy who's on there in those.
Well, I know who's on the stand. I thought they went down to, like, ballroom.
He says sometimes after they get the stuff, do you ever make, for whatever reason they want to know, do you ever take the stuff and resell it in hotel rooms? And he said, yeah, sometimes. Seems like a really simple question. Twisted O.J. off.
Just networking. I thought initially when you said that, you normally work out trades like this at gunpoint? No. Normally we don't negotiate that well.
It's only happened once that I remember.
That guy did. Right there. That one.
Wait, can you point him out to us? Because we're not sure.
That one right there. That one.
Okay. Which one?
There.
All right.
I'm going to help you nail him on this one. You couldn't get him for cutting off 2 heads, but we're going to pop him for stealing baseball cards.
They say he could actually go to prison for life.
Yeah.
Who want that blow? Kill 2 people, you're free on golf courses, fancy restaurants. They get you on taking back your own stuff, even that's what he did.
Well, again, that you got a civil court.
Yeah, exactly. Just like
you don't come in with a groovy ghoulies and hold this guy out.
You know, at some point, I believe you just think you're bigger than it. You're bigger than the court system.
He also has the problem of if he went to civil court to recover all this stuff, then Fred Goldman's going to be up his ass because Fred Goldman's going to want anything he got.
O.J. gets?
Yeah.
I have never stolen from Mr. Simpson.
Who is Alfred Beardsley?
Alfred Beardsley is a gentleman that I have known since approximately 1994.
All right, the guy testifying laughed, and they just did a cutaway of O.J. laughing. You have any idea what the backstory is on that?
I don't have a clue.
All right.
He is a bit of a groupie. He always wanted to be in. He always wanted to know Mr. Simpson. He had met Mr. Gilbert and myself, talked to us several times, was always trying to buy memorabilia.
O.J.'s watching and he's smiling at the testimony. It's like
he's having a good time.
They're just reminiscing.
Yes,
been here before.
Went over to see O.J., if
last time.
he introduced O.J. or if he could go up. And finally one time we took him up to O.J.'s house.
All right, I don't know where that's going. All they have to do is prove that O.J. went in the room, wouldn't let the guy use the phone, couldn't call for help.
And we have audio tapes of most of that, yeah? They had audio tape at some point.
The report today said they opened up by playing the audio tapes from them storming into the room and said they were not, did not paint O.J. in a nice way.
I didn't know they actually had audio of that. I know they had audio of him screaming at different sports collectors. But I didn't know it was actually from that room.
It was from the room. It was put the phone down and sit out on the couch.
I've heard that before. We played that. Yeah. We had to bleep a lot of crap out.
Exactly. Because it was hard to hear, hard to understand exactly what he was saying. But, walk into a room and tell people to put the phone down, sit down, and then go, I didn't do it. I'm just there to have a cocktail.
Well, I think O.J.'s biggest sticking point is, I didn't know anybody had any guns. Me, I'm a knife man.
Yeah, because with O.J., that'd be a lot scarier than a gun.
Walking by yourself with a mask and a knife. All right,
who's got my stuff? Who's happy with their heads?
Oh, that's
That's all he really had to say.
And we go back.
Why would I have anybody in my entourage with guns? I like knives. It's good. It's quiet. As you can tell, it's damned effective. I like knives. I watch that thing on cable all the time. What's that guy's name?
Tom Odell? Is that?
Yeah.
Tom Odell. Witness for the defense. Tom Odell.
It's the guy that Everett watches.
Yeah, the knife show.
Records it, watches it over. Again. And like his favorite show.
And the amazing thing, I don't know if we ever talked about this on the air. Everett's never seen Smokey and the Bandit, but yet he will watch it.
He'll DVR this night show and watch it 3 o'clock in the morning.
We had that argument off the air on Friday. I don't know how Smokey and the Bandit came up. Everett's got that dog look, the RCA dog. Well, you'll watch a knife show, same crap, 6 hours in a row. The last 2 hours are the same first 2 hours. You'll watch all of that. You ain't seen Smokey and the Bandit.
That's what he loves, for whatever reason. It's just a weird picture of him at 3 o'clock in the morning eating some popcorn and touching himself in the dark while watching that show.
Everett's big ordering stuff from television and online. He orders, I think how many knives did he say? He ordered 600?
Oh, it's hundreds and hundreds, yeah. And that one order.
That's why every Christmas we get knives.
They're always different, though.
What were you going to say, Trey?
Oh, he TiVos the Ranger games. I think he watches every game of the season. Baseball is okay going to the stadium.
Yeah, it's the experience, the party, the social atmosphere.
But watching especially a Rangers game, because they lose most of the time, for 3 hours at
coaching staff doesn't watch it back.
I'm not sitting through that. I was on the field.
I was a whipping that day. Why would I watch it again?
Now I wonder if he knows the outcome of the game.
No. I've had Everett. We were talking about stuff, and he was like, "No, don't tell me." He goes, "Don't tell me. I got it TiVo'd. I don't want to know until."
I didn't know that.
Oh no.
We're going to have to call him every day that the Rangers play. Just leave the score on his cell phone. He'll never know. You're right. I don't get why. Hockey I can see. Because if you look at the numbers at the end of the game, that doesn't give you all the beatings and everything that went on.
Yeah, and it's moving. Something's always going on. Baseball, not so much.
Again, Everett's argument is its subtlety is its magic.
That's Everett's magic is his subtlety.
You know how it's going to play out every freaking year. Why TiVo anything?
Again, I could never understand baseball. I like going to the stadium about once a year. Football, I like.
Let me see where they are on OJ's trial.
With respect to the proposed buyer, you didn't know the true identity of the proposed buyer?
No, sir.
Did that cause you any concern?
Yes and no, in that I prefer to know who my buyer is ahead of time.
All right, did OJ and his buddies barge in there, or did they set this guy up, said, hey, we've got a potential buyer?
I think they set it up he was in the hotel room that he had a buyer coming to meet them, and then they barged in the room in lieu of buyer and...
Yeah, bring all the stuff. Be all set up. Here's the room.
Oh, I got it. That way you'd know all your
stuff.
If it really was OJ's, he'd know all his stuff was there.
Right.
You got my knife.
We got guns.
No, I meant in the memorabilia.
Oh.
I never found that bitch.
Don't want people, especially people that are...
Yeah, we got Rod Carew sign it. Want it?
I've done several deals in hotel rooms. I've done them in...
I'm objecting to non-responsive. Whether he's done deals in hotels, that's one thing, but talking about what people...
It doesn't matter who owned the stuff. It's just civil confusion. You sue him in court. Goldman's come in, take all the cash away from OJ, and you're done.
You're gone your happy way. I have no idea why you would even do this or show up. You got goonies that'll do it for you. Have send in them.
Well, knows. Why waste the court time deciding whose memorabilia it was? Even if it was OJ's, and it's a gray area, you still can't justify that with kidnapping and walking in with guns.
This is another reason why you should never be on a jury. Because all the little nitpicky stuff that they go over and over and over, you would stand up and go, you asked that 2 minutes ago, move on! Juror number 3.
I am bored! We know he did it! We know he did it 14 years ago! Lock that! Lock him up! And when do we get to smoke? I smoke! Why can't we smoke in here? Crack a window and smoke blow it out! Sure you do any smoke!
You wouldn't have any patience at all for the little nitpicking garbage like this.
Give me a laptop! We can jack off! Yeah, if I had to sit through direct examination and cross-examination, and they're going to cover the same, go through the same rhetoric.
6 ways.
And all we want to know is, did he have a gun? And were you held against your will? That's all we want to know. I don't care who owned the stuff. I don't care how you got it. I don't care how we did it. Move on!
Juror 3, relax.
I'm not going to relax!
You're not supposed to talk.
I'm tired of hearing it!
About the 5th time they ask about the hotel room, that'd be you standing up. I'm chopping somebody's head off.
I saw the video. He was there. Lock that out. I'm trying to smoke. Great. God. Oh, what I brought in.
No, you can't do that, Early.
What?
No, you can't. Sit down. You're not supposed to talk.
He did it.
Hold on to that.
That's my vote. Can I go?
That's my vote now. That'd be my vote in 3 days.
So you can take the other 11, get them together, see what they come up with. You know what my vote is?
I'm going to smoke. Oh, dear God.
How long before we need a break? Were you going to say something, Dan?
I was just going to say to you that you're right. A trial like this seemingly could be handled inside of an hour. 4 or 5 people, the people that supposedly went in the room with OJ that turned on him, plus the memorabilia guy. Only things you got to ask are, was OJ there? Did he look angry?
Did you see guns?
Did you see guns?
Were you held against your will?
Exactly.
You know, you've been in a deposition. It doesn't happen that way. I'm surprised. I know it was a game for you when you went through your deposition, and it turned into a game for me because you told me how to react. But 4 or 5 hours, well, after all I did is step off the stage. Somebody pushed me. I stepped off the stage at Cowboys, and that was a 4 or 5 hour inquiry.
I think they're looking for inconsistencies. When I got sued by that couple for doing their wedding, and we talked about it on the air, I never identified them, never said where they lived.
Nothing.
There was no way to know that I actually. And then they sued me for libel.
Yeah.
Oh, they sued me in the station for a lot of stuff. Breach of fiduciary duty. I ain't met those people until I walked into their trailer. And the attorney went through just a list of questions he could have researched and found out on his own. I think he saw dollar signs because he thought the show was syndicated.
Okay. So, he wondered how many markets you were in and all that. Or
and
how far the reach.
He asked, what's the range of your station? I don't know. Well, how is it determined? I don't know. Well, how many cities do you cover? I don't know. Are you in other states? No.
That's just it became fun because once you do that, you learn how to answer them. That pausing thing was the best because they ask the question and you go, don't know. That whole thing, here he goes. He's going to give us what we need. And you go, I don't know.
No, I think their original suit was $5 million.
Oh, please. What grounds?
Because according to them, I ruined their wedding day. There was no way you could go back and listen to that broadcast and figure out who the hell I was talking about.
Let's say for a minute you could. That was a $5 million wedding in a trailer.
What'd they use for the altar?
They took the TV set and covered it up.
Yeah.
Put candles on top.
Oh, it's classy.
I walked in and smoke just hit me from everybody sitting on the couch waiting for the ceremony.
Oh,
I think of the deposition. In her deposition, turned out she'd been a dancer.
oh no. And didn't they just keep, every time they'd ask them questions, they just ramble on and on and on and on, give them all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, they go in different directions. Here's the thing. I didn't identify them. There's no breach of fiduciary duty because I wasn't their normal pastor. I did it as a favor. They still didn't give me the $100 for the animal shelter. Screw them and their Chesterfields.
But they ended up getting cash. That's what pisses me off. Companies will, and they know, pay a little bit to make you go away.
Well, the radio station was in the middle of being sold, and they just wanted to get that out of the way. Initially, there's a video of O.J. going into the... See, that's all I need to see.
Yeah,
on CNN, video of O.J. going into the room. Did he come in the room?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Did you see a gun? Oh, yeah. Were you held against your will? Yep. All right. Lock him up.
No, we have 5 days of asking that same question.
I'm not sitting here for 5 days!
Yes, you are. You're the jury. And you need to be quiet.
I don't feel well.
And we don't... You can't leave. You're the jury. Give me that.
Yeah, I never thought about that. Everett saying I'd make a poor juror just because he thinks I would take control of the jury pool. I forgot you got to sit through testimony.
You got to sit there for days. Even little simple stuff like this where it's obvious. We have videotape. We have audio tape. Here he is doing it. There's still 5 or 6 days sitting there asking the same questions over and over and over.
Let's see where they are now.
Christy Ludemacher. I believe it's the last name.
Can you try spelling it for the court reporter?
Yeah, that's what I want to sit through.
L-U-D... No.
Try again. If it's that important, go look it up during one of the recesses.
Where did you take that phone call?
In the room, sir.
Did you go any place for privacy during this telephone conversation?
Yes, sir, because Beard's...
Oh, if I had to sit through this, they'd try and look at the jury box, and I'd be hanging from the ceiling.
And this thing, I bet this last 2 weeks.
Why?
Why did his murder trial last a year?
Well, murder,
Well, they had a lot of evidence to go through. This, it doesn't really matter who owned it because nobody could show a bill of receipt. There was it's got too many gray areas, but that's not of any consequence. Did he come in with his goonies? Mm-hmm. One of them have a gun.
Video.
Did he tell you to put the effing phone down?
Yes.
And would he not let anybody leave?
All those are true.
Then lock him up!
Now we have to ask about the spelling of this lady's name again.
Cowboys are playing at 7:30. Lock that up!
You're probably going to miss the season.
Yeah, because then you're going to have to get to, did OJ know you had a gun? And that's going to be, for them, crucial. And that's...
Well, here's the thing. He's had most of his goons turn over on him. But to me, if I was a juror, and I know that these guys were already given immunity, I don't know if I'm going to put that much credence into what they're telling me.
Because they've already got to walk in. Of course you're going to say that because they got you off. That's the way I would look at it. I'm with you. That's the way I would look at it. None of that really, at this point, matters. We got video. We have audio. Can we go?
We need a break?
Yes.
All right, then. Were you going to say something, Dan?
I was just going to say that Everett actually undersold you in a courtroom by saying you would take over the jury or the jurors. You would actually take over the entire courtroom.
I've heard that next question. We've heard that question 9 times. He answered the same way every time. Ask something new.
Just give him the gavel.
You with the rope, Cap.
All right, we'll be back.
We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show. Show is found right here. The Russ Martin Show. Russ Martin Show.
And I don't say this to everybody. You look marvelous. Absolutely marvelous. You know, my dear, my father used to say to me, Nando, don't be a schnook. It's not how you feel. It's
That you, Daniel?
Yep. He was.
All right. Get on.
All right, traffic right now is brought to us by Chicken Express. A quick reminder, in case you forgot or didn't think about your commute tonight, Cowboys take on the Eagles. Game time starts 7:30. That's, of course, at Texas Stadium, so that means you have to expect delays on every route going into the stadium area. That's, of course, 35, Walton Walker, 183, and 114. Other than that, only one problem to let you know about in Tarrant County. Fort Worth, I-35W northbound at Western Center Boulevard. There's an accident there. That's your first check of traffic. I'm Dan O'Malley on the Russ Martin Show.
All right, thanks, Dan. Cool tonight. 62 for the overnight low, then into the mid-80s tomorrow. We are at 79 now at Live 105.3.
How much are live chickens?
Well, probably $2-3 a piece, man.
Why would you care?
Somebody asked me over the weekend if I had an agricultural exemption on my house.
You can have it in the city, can you?
Can I? I got enough land.
Oh.
The HOA say anything?
Yeah, I think that's...
Yeah. Roosters crowing at dawn and chickens smell and they run around? Yeah.
And they're dirty.
The HOA?
Them too, but chickens.
How many chickens would I have to get some type of tax break?
I'll have to look and see if A, you're eligible, and B, how many you'd need. Why chickens?
Seems like that'd be the easiest.
Oh, no, they're not.
Why? Doesn't the rooster watch over them?
No, it's not that easy.
That's a cartoon. You'd think. The Warner Brothers. No.
Isn't that what the rooster does? He goes in there and he bangs them, keeps track of all the chickens.
No.
Like a stockyard pimp.
No.
No.
And they're dirty. I mean, you got
to get him one of those country camper things. Is it Ken?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
That way he's got some place to put the chickens when they get out of line.
No. No.
They have time to think about what they've done.
It's not a chicken pimp. Roosters are not chicken pimps. Stop.
I'm sorry, but yeah, they kind of are.
Roosters are chicken pimps. They put them in a trunk. They act out.
Well, they take control of the hen house.
I thought what they did was screw them and make noise at dawn. They actually control the chickens.
There's a lot more that goes on with a rooster.
How'd you know? Have you ever even seen one real?
A rooster?
Yeah, live.
No.
Okay, and you're going to own, but you want to buy chickens.
Seems to be the cheapest way to go.
What could be the deduction? How big of a deal?
I don't know. 5%? 10?
Probably about 10%, I guess.
Give me some chickens.
What about goats? Can I have goats?
You don't want goats.
Is there anything in the animal kingdom you like? How come I don't like goats?
Because they jump over fences, they chew and eat everything.
Well, they chew the grass.
And your pool equipment and all your flowers. About the first time you have one of the specialty cars out and you find your goat standing on the roof, which they will do, you're not going to like the goats too much.
Why do they get on the roof? They riding?
That was our
riding goats. Okay.
We had 2 goats, and my dad came out one day, and it was
quit it. Roof surfing.
Hang on a second, I missed it. You got goats or what? We used to have a couple of goats, and my dad thought it'd be a great idea because they eat trash and all this other crap. But then he came out, and I'll give this in the 80s, but they were standing on the hood of my stepmom's Datsun 280Z, and about that time, he decided it was time to get rid of the goats.
Have goats changed over the past 20 years?
No, they still like to jump
why'd you point out it was in the 80s? Were they wearing the Punjabi pants?
No, I think it was just more...
They have mullets.
It was more the Datsun reference.
What about cows?
Oh, dear God.
Yes.
Cows are quiet?
How about, get a llama. Chloe likes llamas.
Yeah.
Maybe an alpaca.
Can I have the llama in the city limits?
Probably. I mean, if you're going to follow, if you're eligible for an ag exemption,
and the HOA can't say anything,
I can't see where like a llama or something that's relatively quiet. Chickens, I think they probably have a problem with.
What if they're domesticated?
You really can't.
Don't people have chickens as pets?
Kind of, but I mean,
if I save 10%, I'm getting something. What if I dressed them up?
As what?
Dogs.
Some kind of a chicken show you got going on?
So they'd pass as something else, but I'd still get the ag exemption.
And you have to fence off part of your yard to keep the dogs out of.
That's fine. I'll build chicken coops. How much is chicken wire?
Well, it's not that much. You
All right,
actually
sounds
build
like
shelter.
A what?
You have to actually build them a coop so they can lay eggs and all that other good stuff.
All right. Still sounds like it's worth the expenditure, especially if a chicken ain't but $2-3.
It's going to be one hell of an expensive chicken coop.
Why?
Because it would have to match the house.
Why?
In your HOA, any exterior structure has to be uniform with the architecture of the house.
I'm not building a chicken mansion.
Well, that's what you'd have to do.
A little pool, a little grotto. Lit trees. That'd be beautiful.
It's got to match the house?
Yeah.
You can't see part of my backyard from the street. Even the neighbors can't see in my backyard.
Well, if anyone could see it, it has to match the house. So you'd have
a little chicken porte-cochere.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Sure. They'd write you up in Chicken Monthly.
I'm not going to pay a couple $100,000 to just to house chickens.
Oh, I don't think it'd be that much. I mean,
how much for a goat shack?
Again, it has to be uniform. Anything you build for shelter for any animals, I'll call Jimmy and see what he calls in charge.
Hey, can I listen to that call?
Yeah, Jimmy.
What about pigs?
No.
Pigs are smart.
But they're nasty and they wallow around and no. And noisy.
Where'd you get the idea pigs were smart?
Pigs are smart.
Have you ever been around them?
Pigs are smarter than dogs.
I didn't know that. Never been around.
Is that right?
Yeah, pigs are one of the smartest animals of animals.
I thought maybe Russ was going from the Charlotte's Web angle or something.
No, he'd be going from the animals.
I know that pigs don't speak.
No. Well, Arnold Ziffel didn't speak, but he was a very smart pig.
You're a fool.
Well, they're trying to have pigs and chickens in their backyard.
If I can save 10% on my taxes as much as I pay, there's got to be some way to get around that. I'm tired of dumping that much tax into that school district and I don't get nothing.
You got to build it to look just like your house.
What if I put them in the guest room? I'll put in little piggy doors so they can come and go.
Yeah, I'll call Jimmy Lambert over the break, and I'll ask him what it would cost to build some kind of animal housing.
And ask him about the piggy doors or the chicken doors. I don't care.
I don't really think you want pigs just free range in and out of your house.
Can't housebreak them?
People have pet pot-bellied pigs, so I guess you can, but...
There you go.
You're going to put... You worry about the pigs and the dogs getting along?
Why not?
I don't know. I've never really heard
If they're around Rocco enough, I'm going to have little Akita pigs running around in about 6 months.
Yeah.
I don't think his pink thing ever goes in. It stays out nonstop. Little horny black bastard.
But he doesn't have a mate of any type. He's just horny all the
It's
time.
stuffed animals. It doesn't make any difference. If he can find a hole, that pink thing's going in it.
He's destroying pink animals or stuffed animals with his pink thing?
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't know this story. I didn't know he rapes your stuffed animals. What else? Anything else? Couch cushions?
No. He seems to be partial to the sock monkeys.
Aren't we all?
What are those, Dan? We got to do news.
I mean, tons of ideas for your new agricultural exemption.
Me telling the story is stupid enough. I don't want to take any advice from people on the phone.
Well, it's not advice. It's just confirming some things for you. Like one guy saying a pig would actually be the right way to go.
All right. I'm getting a pig. Yes, Caleb. I'm not taking a call from Caleb. 4 o'clock at KLLI, Dallas, Fort Worth. Hang on a second. John, what were you bitching about during the break at the movies?
Oh, I went to the movie over the weekend, Read After Burning, with George Clooney and Brad Pitt. By the way, George Clooney blows Brad Pitt's brains off halfway through the movie. But the people behind me talked all the way through this movie, constantly.
About what?
The one lady, these are mid-40s. They weren't kids. These were couples.
Where'd you go see the movie?
Up at Cinemark, Tinseltown. It was the Saturday night 8:30 movie. You know who you are. You're about row 4. Chatted the whole time. Talked all the way up to the title. I went, okay, now they'll shut up. Every time something happened on the screen, like...
why didn't you move?
There was not a lot of other seats. Finally,
why didn't you get an usher?
I don't know. You wanted to start anything. You turn around, look a couple times like, okay, knock it off. You don't say anything. Then one time, John Malkovich comes on. He's laying on the couch with his eyes closed, and she goes, oh, I wonder if he's dead. Does he think he's dead? And I just turned around and went, why don't we see? And then they calmed down for a minute. Then they went off to talking again. The whole freaking movie.
What'd they look like?
They were white people.
What?
They were just white people. Standard. You asked what they looked like. They were just couples.
I didn't ask what color they were.
They were just normal couples.
If you had said Redbird, I wouldn't have had to ask that.
It was Tinseltown.
Why'd you bring up white people?
I just... What? No. It's even black people will admit sometimes they like to talk in a movie theater.
I don't think they know that.
Yes, they do. How could they help them know it?
So you think all black people scream at the screen?
All black people.
So why'd you point out that these people were white?
It was just odd.
I just said what they looked like.
I was just odd.
Young, middle-aged, old. I didn't ask about any ethnicity.
They were a middle-aged couple.
Is that where the shot come from, that you never heard white people scream at a movie?
Yes!
How long did they go on?
The whole film. Even after I turned around and finally went, I literally thought, okay, that will shut them up, and I'm being rude. If they call the usher on me, I'll be saying, these people have been talking the whole time. Ask anyone around us. And not just like whispering. They were talking. I wonder what that means. Oh, he just shot Brad Pitt in the face. I didn't see that coming. Did you see that coming? No one could have seen that coming.
How did it end?
It's a terrible movie. It ends.
Not the movie.
Oh, but I just got up and left when the credits roll. I sat there. They finally calmed down a little bit. Then they started talking again. There was nowhere else to move. It was packed.
I don't know why you just didn't go get somebody, because even if they shut up, you're still going to have the paranoia of when's it going to start again.
I guess. They'd ruined the movie for me by that point.
Other than being white, what do they look like?
Mid-40s, maybe.
How many of them?
5.
All right.
3 chicks and 2 guys. And they chatted the whole way out of the theater, too. Man, that was just an interesting movie. I didn't think so. I thought it was stupid. I didn't like the way it ended. I'd kill you. Anyway, that was my Saturday night thing. Oh, boy, I tell you, when Clooney opens the closet and blows Pitt's head off, you don't see that coming at all.
Why does he shoot him in the head?
Because he's hiding in George Clooney's closet, and he doesn't know it at the time. And he opens the door, and he goes, ah! Blows his head clean off. So don't get in love with the Brad Pitt character, because he don't make it.
Well, how'd it end?
It ends horribly. It ends, and I'll tell you, but you won't care. It ends in the CAI office. The guy going, well, what do we learn?
Whose office is that?
The CIA, sorry. The CIA office. And the guy goes,
stupid.
And the guy goes, well, what do we learn from this? Meaning the whole movie. He goes, I really don't know. Let's don't do it again. Closes the book, credits roll.
Was that the top grossing movie from last week?
Yes.
Is that right, Dan?
I don't know. I turned my monitor down because I want to see that movie at some point.
Brad Pitt dies.
I heard that part already.
Well, that's really the only good part. The rest of it blows. It's the only part that everybody kind of went, ooh, who saw it? Because, they're kind of buddies, and they've been in a lot of movies together. You think.
Well, did he know it was Brad Pitt when he opened the closet? Or you just open the closet, somebody's in there, and you shoot him?
Yes, it was somebody. He did not know Brad Pitt at the time.
So he was scared.
He was scared. And he carried a gun for another reason, said he never shot anybody his whole life. And they open the closet, they both scream, and he goes, boom, blows his head right off. Everybody kind of goes, well, I didn't see that coming. You think there'd be a comedic moment.
What did he do with Brad Pitt's body?
Took it to the river, threw it in the water, wrapped it up.
That's rude.
It's just an odd
Well, if it was an accident, why would he have to do a cover-up?
Because he wasn't supposed to be in that house. That house was actually...
Oh, George Clooney wasn't.
George Clooney was actually...
Well, you don't shoot somebody in a closet if it ain't your house.
Didn't stop and think about it. It was just momentary. He opened it up, they both scream, and he has a gun in his hand. He goes, bam! And then he goes, uh-oh, now what? Because I'm not supposed to be here.
Okay. You ready to go ahead and start again, Dan?
Absolutely.
So you were shocked that white people screamed at a movie?
It was just odd and irritating.
What was odd about it?
It's been a long time since I've been in a movie where somebody talked all the way through it.
Go to Redbird. All right, Dan, try it again.
All right, today is Monday, September 15th, 2008. Birthdays today. Dina Lowen, Lindsay's mom, turns 46. Dan Marino turns 47. Oliver Stone turns 62. And Tommy Lee Jones also turns 62 today. And on this day in history, back in 1962, Brian Epstein took the Beatles to the offices of the London Daily Mirror for an interview with Peter Jones, who concluded they were a nothing group.
Here's stories like that. I think Elvis went through the same thing. You take, obviously, somebody that turned out to be either a super group or a super performer. They looked at him and went, I didn't get it.
You hear that a lot. I mean, the Judds, I know you don't care about country music, but the Judds, same thing, up and down Music Row. Everybody turned them down. Everybody. Garth Brooks, another experience. Toby Keith, he said, you know what? Everybody's turned me down in Nashville. I'm going to try one more time. If I don't make it, I'm out. And it was that next time that he got to do.
So he decides at one of his concerts, he's going to drop the F-bomb in front of a bunch of kids.
I heard that story. He didn't do it in the Dallas show. I can't imagine why he would do that, knowing there are kids in the audience. I really can't. But that's not his style.
Was he stoned?
No, he's not stoned.
Drunk?
No. I've never seen him stoned or drunk.
Hanging out with Willie?
Well, he does have a song about smoking dope with Willie. But
all right, then.
It wasn't there during the show. He doesn't go on stage drunk. And I've seen him backstage a lot. Well,
you don't know he's not back on his bus blowing a blunt.
You're right, I don't. I would think I would smell it as close as I've been to him, but I don't know. No, he doesn't ever appear drunk. I've never seen him drink a beer.
What is the story, Dan?
Either he didn't care that kids were in the audience or he didn't know because he stepped over the language line at his concert last Thursday in Atlanta. When talking about September 11th, he said, quote, never apologize for being patriotic. F them. Then he tossed out another F-bomb at the people in the audience who didn't want to sing along with I'll never smoke weed with Willie again. And he changed the lyrics in American Soldier to I don't do it for the politics. That crap sucks anyway.
The S word?
Yes.
He didn't do that in the Dallas show. He may have done that. I can't.
Sound like somebody was on the reefer railway.
He doesn't do reefer. He doesn't get stoned. He doesn't get drunk.
Did he cut a song with Willie?
Yes.
All right, you smoke weed.
It's called I'll Never Smoke Weed with Willie Again.
Is it Willie on the song?
Yeah.
Then you smoke weed.
He doesn't do it anymore.
You don't hang out with Willie Nelson unless you smoke weed.
Especially if you're co-writing a song about smoking weed.
I'm sure he's had a good contact high. I'm sure maybe he's even tried, but he didn't like it, and he said he'll never do it again.
Is this like a clause in your contract with him that you have to defend him?
No, I went to the show. I'm telling you.
You smoke weed with Toby?
I've never smoked, no. No, not at all. I've told you, I've never seen him smoke. I've never seen a beer in the man's hand, ever. I'm sure he probably does when the show's over, but I've never seen him ever have a beer or drink or anything.
Sounds like he was on the ganja.
I don't think ganja makes you suddenly just scream out the F-bomb.
I don't know what it does.
It's good stuff, Mike.
In front of a kid. There weren't.
He had cornrows in his hair?
No, he didn't have cornrows. He just his regular hair and his cowboy hat. No cornrows.
Ever take his hat off?
No.
Probably cornrowed.
No, I saw him with his hat off.
Willie probably did it for him.
Backstage.
They just taking turns.
God, quit it.
All right, my turn.
I'll do yours. You got a lot more to work with. It's fun. Like weed.
You want to write a song?
Quit it. I'm sure.
And we'll say, I won't do it again. That way that look like I'm a reefer head.
He's not a reefer head.
Did he cut a song with Willie?
Yes, he did.
Reefer head.
He's got several of them. Beer for My Horses was the other one.
Wasn't he in a movie wasn't Willie in his movie?
Yeah, the whiskey for my, it was called Beer for My Horses.
Yes. Well, of course. You can't call it weed for your horses.
Whiskey for my men, beer for my horses.
Yeah, that get you in trouble with PETA.
Yeah.
No.
Marijuana for my goats.
It was
Amphetamines for the face.
You're right. It was a movie that just came out.
Coat for the roosters.
No.
Go ahead, Dan.
And also on this day in history, back in 1978, the one and only Muhammad Ali defeated Leon Spinks in 15 rounds to win an unprecedented 4th world heavyweight boxing title.
Then he went on to knocking out roaches. Stop. That was so sad when he finally came out. I want you living with roaches.
But I can't remember when those decon spots came out, but it had to be after his boxing career.
I think it was the early 80s.
Was he out of cash? That's the only reason I'm going to do a roach spot.
Yeah, Don King pretty much stripped him of everything.
How does that happen? How do you make that kind of money?
Why couldn't you? Well, why couldn't you get some type of Wheaties endorsement? Why is the only people that would go to Muhammad Ali is Decon 4? I don't want you living with roaches.
I think at that point he didn't speak real well, and I'm surprised anybody got him as a spokesman. You know what I'm saying? He'd been knocked around so much, he kind of had that slow.
So he didn't know he was doing a spot for roaches?
I think he probably knew, but he didn't probably have a lot of offers. A lot of people, sort of paid, don't really want people that can't talk.
Were you going to say something, Dan?
No, I'm just enjoying.
JD, what you said. I mean, he didn't make that much money. You got to remember, back in the 70s, fighters, not like today where they're fighting for, a $10, $12 million purse. And they might have, maybe, the highest he ever made in a fight, maybe was $1 million.
I guess you wonder what they live on then, because you look at these TV stars from the 60s. Russell Johnson.
Also, if Don King screwed him around, then, if something comes along, you got to do decon full gone. I'm still going through William Shatner's book. He talked about, it was a couple of years after Star Trek went off the air in the late 60s, he was back to living in his truck.
You're kidding.
No job, nothing, no cash coming in. Had to go and do dinner theater. And he just drive from city to city with his dog in his truck. He put a camper on it, and he lived in that. After he'd been captain of the Enterprise.
That would have blown my head off. Oh, my God. Well, so did they not make any money like the guys in the 60s?
They went for 3 years, and I think you get paid for a couple of years in syndication back in the 60s with those deals. He didn't get anything else, and nobody else would hire him because he had been typecast.
Yes, I don't know what people like Russell Johnson, the professor, live on a daily basis. I really can't. He can't be selling pictures.
I don't know. I know they get the SAG-AFTRA money in retirement, but
that's benefits, yeah.
You're right.
What do you
after doing dinner theater one night, and he said he would do anything that the owners wanted, and hanging out, signing memorabilia, talking to people, and then at the end of the night, he goes out to the parking lot and sleeps in his truck.
And he's still kind of a young man at this point. So it's not like you're 70 and you go, well, okay, I've had a nice long career, kind of blew some cash, now I'm living in my truck. Was he in his 40s, 50s?
Right. No, he was probably in his late 30s, early 40s.
Oh, my God.
About when was...
You read stuff like that, and that's the reason I stick money in the bank, because I know one day this pablum that we throw out is going to come to an end, and I'm going to be living with my dog.
No, radio's a very different animal than his television.
Yeah, I'm sure he thought Star Trek was going to go on for years, and they were just throwing the cash around, and then next thing you know, he's living in his Chevy.
No, radio's quite different. Look at the people that have longevity.
How is radio different? It's entertainment. If you run out of stuff or people get bored with your shtick, you're done.
Well, things are first new and different all the time on talk radio, and also look at the other shows that have longevity.
What's new and different with this show? I'm looking at buying chickens, putting in picky doors in my house.
That's pretty new and inventive.
Getting roosters hopped up on amphetamine.
That's a first.
Which actually makes sense if you're going to have chickens. Up on speed, running around, screwing the chickens before the eggs come out.
That'd be a lot more fun to watch. Chicken watching party Saturday.
Dude, let them lay the eggs before you screw them again. You busting everything. All right, Dan. Were you going to say something, or you got more news?
I have more news. I was just curious because I can't remember exactly when the first Star Trek movie came out. Wondering what was
79.
Okay, and I thought it was around then.
It was because Star Wars was a phenomenon at that point, and that's the way Star Trek was resurrected.
So Shatner, I don't recall him really doing anything other than what you're talking about between the series and the first movie.
He said if anybody called, he said yes before they asked him to do something.
Yeah,
he took anything. He did a list of series where he did just special walk-ons. Then he had his truck in his dinner theater.
If you're living in your truck, certainly you would do whatever it takes to get some cash coming in. Dinner theater was a big thing back then, too.
Captain of the Starship Enterprise, and now you're you're the captain of your pickup.
You didn't make the cash. You said 3 years, Star?
Yeah.
It's not that much. I mean, we look back now, and it is because of syndication, all the time it's been on. Back then, was it that big of a deal? It's only lasted 3 years?
I don't think it was that big of a rating success, but still, you're on network television.
I know.
And now you're having to do dinner theater and living with your Shih Tzu.
Here we go. There was a time when you were on television, and then later...
I had to go live with my dad.
Yes, and mix mud.
And I didn't care for that.
Well, no, nobody cares for it. I'm sure you didn't love
Well, but my point is, I know that things are going to go... we need a break?
Yes.
Sit on it. I know that things are going to come to an end, and I'm going to go, and I'm going to have to live in one of my automobiles.
That was different. That was a television show, local TV. This is already huge. You've already making millions. Millions.
And I'm sure Shatner made an assload of cash.
television shows only last maybe 3 to 8 years if they're awesome. Radio shows go 20 and 30.
So I'll be able to milk this and not worry about it.
Absolutely, forever. As long as you want to be on, you'll be on. No doubt in my mind.
You're a fool.
I'm certainly not. Look at other radio shows that have lasted. Once you get in and once you get to this level.
You can stop, because I got up early to go to the store this morning. Heard Bo and Jim.
Uh-huh.
I like both of them.
Yes.
But you beat me with this argument.
I love it when I win occasionally. Wish I had led with that.
Going to dance. Going to dance. Going to dance and have some fun.
We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show. Call Russ now at 214-787-1053.
He gave his life for tourism. Golden idols. He's an Egyptian.
What are those?
There's some new PSAs that Gavin has cut.
They're selling you.
They're on your flash drive?
Yeah, in my daily audio file.
Okay. PSA 1, 2, and 3?
Yeah.
Do I need the heads up?
No, I think this one will hit you.
Okay.
This is Gavin Spittle, Vice President of Talk Programming for CBS Radio Dallas-Fort Worth. Coulrophobia is an abnormal or exaggerated fear of clowns.
Jeez.
This is Gavin Spittle.
What? You can hear it in his voice.
This is Gavin Spittle, Vice President of Talk Programming for CBS Radio Dallas-Fort Worth. Coulrophobia is an abnormal or exaggerated fear of clowns. I myself am a victim of this serious phobia. If you see a clown, please use caution. For many years, clowns have been portrayed as fun-loving creatures, but they're not. They're scary people who can turn on you at any time.
Gavin. There's many happy, fun clowns.
Gavin.
Yeah. Let's rotate those 4 times a day, please.
What's the purpose of these?
I'm just spreading the word.
All you're doing is spreading your phobia. You want kids to be afraid of clowns where they can't go any place without curling up?
If it's going to save their life, yes.
It's not going to do it. Who died from clowns?
Oh, PSA 2 says it all. Don't become a victim like me. Please, use caution. If you see a clown, cross the street. Thank you.
You've been assaulted by a clown, Gavin.
Yeah, that changed my life when that clown did that.
He didn't hurt you. He knocked on a window.
He ran for the door.
You were at a radio station, and was there some type of event going on outside where there would be a reason for a clown?
No.
So you had a clown stalker.
Yeah. And it ran for the door, and luckily I beat it to the door.
Normally, phobias start out as children. You were already in radio. You were an adult.
Yeah.
And how long ago was that?
I think, I want to say 1992.
And you developed a phobia from that one go-round.
Yeah.
Did your parents ever take you to the circus when you were a kid?
Yeah.
You had no fear of clowns leading up to that?
I always thought they were creepy, but...
Didn't you say the radio station you worked at was kind of in a mall?
Yeah, it was like an outside strip mall.
So maybe the clown was just doing some shopping?
Well, I mean, if that's the case, still didn't have to, in the pitch, without banging on the window, just put its hands up against the window and scare me.
Its hands.
This is Gavin Spittle, Vice President of Talk Programming for CBS Radio Dallas-Fort Worth. Coulrophobia is an abnormal or exaggerated fear of clowns. Pennywise was an evil clown that terrorized the town of Derry, Maine. You may have read about this.
Gavin.
What?
Movie. Gavin.
Yeah.
Fiction.
Man.
Yeah.
That thing was like real life. I couldn't walk. I got through a couple minutes of it and I had to turn it off. The town of Derry, Maine. You may have read about this, or you may have...
You pass this off like it's a news story. It's something out of history. Not like John Wayne Gacy or the son of Sam. Movie.
I referenced that. I admit it's fiction.
Hold on a second. Yes, Dale.
Hey, Gavin, are you scared of the, Burger King guy that walks down the street and puts money in your pocket?
I don't know who that is.
Oh, there's a commercial on TV, and the Burger King guy, anyway, he wears a mask. My wife is scared to death of him.
She's afraid of the TV spots?
Yeah, it's just a TV commercial, but she don't like clowns or dolls. Any kind of doll scares her. And when that commercial comes on with the Burger King guy walking down the street, she leaves the room.
Yeah, the King, you've seen it. The King looks like a big doll.
Thanks. No, I haven't seen that one.
Never seen it. It is very, very creepy. I don't know who they passed that by in advertising, but it's a big Burger King, but it's like he's a doll.
It's a new spot that's running now?
They've been running that series of spots for over a year.
I haven't seen it.
For a couple of years. It's so bad. My roommate was DJing a Halloween party, called me up, and goes, "You got to come and finish this party because I can't do it because the damn Burger King guy is here." Freaked out about it.
And he locked up.
Oh, totally. He goes, "I can't." He goes, "If you please get here as soon as you can."
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay.
The town of Derry, Maine. You may have read about this, or you may have seen the Stephen King movie It, which goes into detail of this event. It may have been fictional, but John Wayne Gacy, who killed 33 people, wasn't. I myself have a phobia.
Did John Wayne Gacy dress up like a clown?
Yes.
All right. You didn't know that?
No.
Yeah, they got a lot of pictures of him holding kids and, the city parades and walking around, but he was very much a clown.
Well, that's creepy.
Yeah.
Now, did he dress up like a clown? Who did he mostly kill?
I believe he mostly killed women, but don't hold me to that.
I wonder if the clown outfit was just a way to get
it was just
near people.
That was something he did in the city to appear to be normal. He just go out with the kids, parade.
Never killed anybody as a clown.
I don't believe he actually killed people as a clown, but I could be wrong with it. Also, I didn't study him.
Event. It may have been fictional, but John Wayne Gacy, who killed 33 people, wasn't. I myself have a phobia of clowns. Don't become a victim like me. Use caution and be careful around clowns. Thank you.
See a clown turn around.
This is Gavin Spittle, Vice President of Talk Programming for CBS Radio Dallas-Fort Worth. Coulrophobia is an abnormal or exaggerated fear of clowns.
Gavin, do you even hear the words? An unusual, abnormal fear, meaning there's no danger. So why the PSAs? There's no danger.
Because that's the definition. And so
it's an abnormal fear. It's irrational. It's a phobia. It's a medical condition. You got a problem with your head.
No, there's a lot of people out there that will not.
There are a lot of retards, and you're one.
No.
Yes.
No.
Are you afraid of clowns?
Yes.
You're retarded.
No.
You afraid of clowns?
Yes.
You're retarded.
That doesn't make me retarded.
Yes, it does.
How can you not think they're
You're
creepy?
afraid of clowns.
They're creepy.
You're retarded.
No.
No danger, no fear. Anytime you've seen any portrayal of a clown, Bozo, Ronald McDonald, whatever, they're always kind and giving. You got one movie from Stephen King and you wig out.
Yeah.
You're retarded.
No.
That's what's wrong with you.
There's something abnormal with people that do this.
They're entertainers. People wear makeup and they pretend. So everybody in Hollywood, anybody in a movie, any type of stage production, this show, we're all demonic. All right, take me out of it just so you can answer.
No, that's not true. I just think clowns are creepy. And there's a lot of people out there that face these same fears. And so
you can't go to a circus, you can't go to a sideshow, you can't go any place where there might be a clown.
I can go, I just stay away. And then I just choose not to go in, like haunted houses that have clowns.
You're retarded.
No, why do haunted houses have clowns? Because they're creepy, that's why.
Most of them have chainsaws or knives. It's the irony. It's something that's supposed to be happy that wants you dead. which is where I am right now.
1992, a clown changed my life by scaring me without provocation. Clowns are the pit bulls of the makeup world.
Kevin. Come on, man.
It's true.
Anybody that wears makeup that's a performer is a homicidal maniac.
No, I didn't say that.
Why is it? It's only you're retarded.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
You've never actually been injured by a clown, ever.
Yeah, that's because I've taken action.
I've been dressed like a clown, then I've been injured. I should have more fear of program directors than you should of clowns.
Man.
Because I'm wearing the clown mask and I get kicked in the balls.
You deserve that.
I didn't do anything.
Oh, my goodness. You were walking in.
You've hit everybody on the show with something, and you hit Russ in the balls.
Because you all know that I have a fear of clowns.
We didn't come at you. And when I went in there, you hid behind the door and you jumped out. And you kicked me in the balls. Have you met with Debbie Henry yet in HR?
You deserve that.
Have you told her that?
I am putting together my response.
Your response to what? I walked into your office, you jumped out behind the door, and you kicked me in the balls.
No, that's not how it works. Each side gets its chance. You wrote the letter for your side.
Did you keep the letter?
Yes, I have it right.
Have you heard it, John?
No, I've not heard the letter at all.
Read it to JD.
Miss Henry.
Complaint of fun.
On Friday, September 5th at approximately 3:35 p.m., Gavin Spittle, without provocation, attacked me with large office equipment, effectively rupturing my scrotum, which contains sensitive materials. I feel this unwarranted abuse of his position as my superior is nothing absence of terrorism and merits his immediate termination. Thank you, Russ Martin. Russ Sad Sack Martin.
Unfortunately, you did attack him. Now, granted, you knew he was coming. You knew. What is it with you people that don't like clowns? Joey beat me in the head, too, and I put that stupid mask on.
Yeah, we played the audio for him.
Oh, well, that's gone. Great. But, you know, again,
she even smacked you a couple of times after you took the mask off.
Hard. And I mean, it wasn't one of those how we're having fun hits. I mean, it's one of those hits where you smell your nose kind of starts, it's not blood, but, you smell when you get hit. And she hit me hard. And she knew it was me. I just put the mask on. I just walked around the corner. And she didn't run down the hall. She hid in the producer hall over here and knew I was coming.
Yeah, she was waiting on you.
Yeah. Jumped out. I didn't see her coming because I had the mask on.
When you knew that she had that fear, but she how is it you thought you were going to show off for us when you walked out of the room with a clown mask? Because that's the only reason you did it.
I was going to chase her down the hall and watch her scream and make funny of it. When I turned out down the hall, she was gone, so I thought, oh, she's already made it to the parking lot. So I start running down the hall, and she jumps out behind me and got me. I never saw her hit me the first time. Well, for a second, I thought it was Trey.
You can't see anything with that clown mask.
No.
But you did make it funny.
How did I make it funny?
Yeah, that's big.
She hit me hard.
Here's the audio.
Oh, don't play this. God.
Bitch.
Find that funny, Trey?
Yeah, it was funny.
What was the funny part?
You're going to go out in the hall, you're going to show off in front of your buddies.
Yeah.
And your little 100-pound girlfriend knocks the piss out of you.
Shit, come from behind. God, that's sussy.
Shut your ass!
Oh, I got a headache. Oh, crap. She did keep shouting. No.
What?
You can hear the fact that the mask is off and she's still hitting me.
Yeah.
So she's not afraid of the mask. She was just wanting to hit me.
I just like the setup where she's waiting at one point. You go down the hall and she jumps out.
Behind.
Bitch!
Bitch!
You was ambushed.
I was counting them. You can hear her hitting me.
She kicked you about 2 times, too.
Did she? I mean, at that point, my head hurt so bad, I didn't know what else she did to me.
Bitch!
Yeah.
What?
I counted at least 5 or 6 hits in one kick.
Oh,
Okay, I don't think that's that funny. No, it's not. Because she knew it was me. Why is that funny?
Oh, I got a headache. She got your ass whipped by a woman.
Well, she had to come from behind and I had to have her mask on.
You were still going out there to scare her.
Trying to scare her.
And you're the one that came back with abject fear. And with that clown mask that we got, you can't see out of it.
No.
It's got eye holes, but you got no peripheral.
To your right.
Did I play the rest of Gavin's PSA?
No, I don't think you played them all.
92, a clown changed my life by scaring me without provocation. Clowns are the pit bulls of the makeup world and can pounce on you without any warning. They seem friendly at first, but they're not. That red nose seems cute, but underneath that nose is a person of terror. Don't become a victim like me. Use caution around these makeup creatures. Thank you.
Straight take the clown mask. Oh my God. And take this. And go in there after Gavin. And don't really stab him. Hurry up before he gets out of his office.
That was creepy. That mask. He didn't have a fear before. He's got it now.
You all right? That's a creepy mask.
I told you it was. Well, it's even a happy mask. It's not one of the evil ones. I even bought one of the evil ones over the weekend. That's, for whatever reason, that's scarier.
Why'd you buy an evil one?
The evil mask?
Why'd you buy one?
I'm getting ready for Halloween. I do a lot of things in my house. I do. I have a lot of fun at my house on Halloween. I've already started decorating. I've already got a cease and desist from my homeowners association.
On your decoration?
Yeah.
Stop hanging things out of the trees. Yeah. They don't know if it's real or not, especially at your house.
It was actually in the upper window. Stop it. I put something in the upper window and backlit it with a black light. And
of course you did.
I did. Just as a little thing. Halloween's coming. I'm kind of getting excited.
What'd you put in the window? Was it your sex room?
No, actually it is a sex room, but it's nothing sexy in the window. It's just a
scary dildo.
A pirate being hung. And that's all. That's all that's in the house right now. That's it. And I got the HOA. It's not time to decorate for Halloween yet. We would appreciate it if you would remove that.
I don't know. They could put a timeline on it.
Yeah.
All right.
I just thought it'd be a funny idea, but they want it removed, so it'll be down.
All right. We all right, Chloe?
Yes.
What is it, Dan?
Speaking of clowns, someone sent this to me over the weekend. Matthew Hoffner, this is in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Matthew Hoffner told police that around 11 p.m., he heard a knock on his door, and when he opened it, he saw 3 men whose faces were painted like clowns. He had black and white face paint around their eyes and mouths. This according to Marion Police Lieutenant Steve Etzel. Hoffner closed the door, but one of the clowns kicked it in and proceeded to punch him in the face several times. After the men left, Etzel said Hoffner realized he thought he knew one of the men because they had a common woman from their past. However, he still isn't sure who assaulted him, but he knows it was clowns.
How do you know that he had a common woman with a clown?
He said he thought he recognized the man through the paint, but they haven't been able to track the person down yet.
If you're going to attack somebody, a clown mask, you can't even... If I had known that was Trey, I wouldn't know who that was coming in that door.
Oh, no, actually, I'm sorry, I got it crossed up. He thought it was this one particular man. They talked to the guy. It wasn't him, so it's just a random clown attack.
Well, time to run the PSA again.
I mean, I hate this because this technically gives a little bit of credence to Gavin's position.
It totally does.
No.
It's
a phobia. It's irrational. It's abnormal. I hate talking about this. It's freaking clowns. But I'm buying 4 more clown masks. We're going to Gavin's house at night, and we're going clown knocking.
I can't wait. We ain't taking joy. No. I'll know next time.
You knew this time.
I didn't know she would react like that. No, I certainly did not.
You know she had a fear. When, after you were done, she came back in the studio and she was crying.
And when people have fears, they're supposed to run and scream away from you. They're not supposed to kick your ass.
Yeah, that was just an excuse for her.
I think so, too. I'm with you. Well, I'm with it. I'm 100%.
All right. Any more of those before we move on, Dan?
Line 7.
Yes, Judy.
There's nothing wrong with Gavin except for the fact that he's just a pussy about everything.
Thank you. 445. Dan O'Malley's here with more news.
Thank you, Russ. Search and rescue teams reached some beach areas flattened by Hurricane Ike for the first time on Monday, while many of those who made it to safety boarded buses without knowing where they were going or when they could return to what might remain of their homes.
Why are they doing any rescue attempts? Short of animals who couldn't make the decision on their own.
Right. Well, in that, since it's gone, now they're going back and taking assessment of the damage and seeing of the people left who needs help. And shelters across Texas scurried to find enough cots. Some evacuees arrived with little cash and no idea of what the coming days held. At least 37,000 people were still being housed Monday at nearly 300 shelters. In Houston, tensions were rising among more than 1,000 who had spent several nights at the George Brown Convention Center because most of the city is still without power. They complained that they couldn't get information about how to get food and even clean clothes.
What were you going to say, John?
I was saying, first of all, in Houston, they told a lot of people to stay and the word hunkered down, if I hear that again. But they told a lot of people to stay in Houston. Now, everybody should have gotten out of the islands and Galveston Island and Bolivar.
Got it.
So that's why some of the people. But I've heard people in Galveston bitching and complaining. I heard one today. I want to climb through the radio. Where's FEMA? Where's my water? And where's my food? I don't know. Where was it? This thing had 4 or 5 days coming. You could have gone you could have got to Taiwan and got some water.
Everything that you needed was up further north.
Everything. You could have got
and they had buses, they had transportation, they had different, if you didn't have your own car, they had ways to get you out of the city.
Buses
you sit down there, you get dick.
They left half full buses, and now the people, we heard them on Friday when we were talking about that guy at the poop deck. I'm going to sit here and drink my Bud Light, and we're just going to watch this thing come in, because they get so used to these storms coming and going, nobody wants to run. Then one like this comes along.
Did you check online and see if the poop deck was still there?
It's there, but it's damaged. Anybody pretty much along the front lines. I watched Geraldo all night long, just praying it would get him again.
I did that Friday night. Yeah, that little hurricane watching party.
Yeah.
I've never seen hair plugs stand up to the elements so well.
And there were houses. They had, on CNN today, they showed aerial reconnaissance of the area, and there were the stilts. There were no houses on top of them.
Some of them weren't even stilts left. It was just wiped away. That's what 110-mile-an-hour winds do.
How do you think you're going to ride that out? What is it about you and your particular house that's going to make you impervious to the elements?
Because I've withstood storms before, and I know what this house can do. And it's that same mentality. I've run away before, and it's been more of a pain in the ass to go somewhere else.
Well, first of all, if a hurricane's coming, you're going to be without any emergency services. You're not going to have any power. You're not going to have any food. You're not going to have any gas. You're not going to have much of anything. So really, if it didn't do that much damage, what's the reason to stay?
I thought it was so funny overnight. I was watching the Weather Channel. The guy goes, I swear to God, he goes, as you can tell, behind me, the power is completely out here in Galveston. So if you're in Galveston and watching this broadcast, I just wanted to punch. And he did it more than once. He did it over and over and over.
Well, what did he want you to do if you were watching the broadcast?
He wanted to know if anything. There were certain blogs online. People, because if you're on this, you want to get on and blog and find out where there is emergency services and where there may be lights. If you're without power, get on the internet. But he's talking to television. People, come on.
I got a mass email from TXU on Friday warning that even though we were a good distance away from Hurricane Ike, that there might be power outages in North Texas.
Okay.
I went outside. Yeah. I fired up the generator.
Oh, did you finally buy one?
Yeah, I bought one 3 weeks ago.
I didn't know that. Okay.
I'll be damned.
What?
Not 1 minute did the power go out.
No. We didn't get much of a storm. It'll still go out sometime.
We still had a lot of winds, and it rained for a while, and in my neighborhood, that's really enough to shut us down.
You knew.
The last time the power went out, it was out for 12 hours.
Uh-huh. You knew the second you got one. Never again. It won't flicker, ever.
It better than hell.
It won't. So you have a big enough one to run how much?
What did I tell you was, Clem? 7,500 watts.
Yeah, about 1,700 watts? 1,700?
7,500 watts.
Yes.
Okay, so whatever that'll run. Okay, I got you. So you got
I don't know how many amps.
A few appliances.
It was about $1,000. I got it at Sam's. It was enough just to be able to turn on lights, portable AC unit, just so I wouldn't be a victim of TXU again.
How'd it run? Dude, buddy.
It ran fine. I didn't get to plug nothing into it. And I know God Well, they did it intentionally.
You think TXU actually sits down the street with the little plug like the guy in the airport?
They made sure that I didn't lose any power over the past weekend.
Whatever you do.
Dicks. I fully expected for the power to go out in the neighborhood. I'd be the only one with any juice. Just so they would piss me off.
You put everything in the front window so all the neighbors could see that you have power and nobody else does.
I'm not talking about my generator. TXU would make sure that I got juice and nobody else just so I wasted $1,000.
I doubt seriously they follow you around and see what you buy.
It ain't gone out.
Did you see the big gas scam Friday night?
No, I paid for it.
I couldn't believe that.
I went and got gas Friday night. It had gone up 30 cents from the time I left the station.
By the time
I came into the station, it was like $3.39. It was $3.69 by the time I got home.
There were actually some people that were in line in one of the Houston stations. They were changing it as they sat in line. But when I went there Friday night, all the lower grades were already out, and all they had was premium. The place where they bring the tankers is literally a half a mile away. I went in there, why don't you go in the tankers down the street, have them come down and fill you back up. Now I can't do that. The gas is half a mile down the street. The tankers go by here all the time. You can't go get some fuel?
Well, those tankers have a schedule. They have places they have to go to first. And why are you pissed off that all that was left was super unleaded?
Because I bet you they had regular. They just put the...
People are going to go through the regular unleaded first. That's why they ran out.
Go get another truck. It's half mile. I'll tow it down here myself.
It ain't like you getting a gallon of milk. They have other stations that want that gas.
It's a half a mile away.
It doesn't matter if it's 30 feet.
I hate those people. And then suddenly Saturday night, oh, looky here. Here's the big tanker truck filling it up. The second that it stopped raining. Here we go. We didn't want to cut out in the storm. I mean, literally 7:30 Saturday night when the rain just subsided.
What do you care? You got gas already.
I don't know. I was already full. It pissed me off that they couldn't have had it there the night before.
So you bought super unleaded?
Yes. Got dicked.
I drove around until I found regular.
Where'd you find one?
It wasn't that big of a deal. First place I went, most everything was out except the super. I drove a couple miles down the road, obviously where the tanker drove, and I got regular.
Should have just followed the tanker as it left. Found out where it was going.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that. The lines at the gas stand, it's like...
You're talking about here or in Houston?
Here.
People just thought because of the everything going on in South Texas, it was going to affect us, and then we were going to absolutely be cut off. Just why I took all my gas cans up there and filled everything up. And only got to run the generator for 30 freaking seconds.
Good.
I'll get TXU.
We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show.
CBS presents this program in color.
We're back to the Russ Martin Show.
That was supposed to be President Bush's calming words as far as the almost collapse of Wall Street. I think they just now ran it on CNN.
Trying to reassure people that their money is okay.
It's not.
Yeah, it actually is.
Investments? I mean, if you lost something in an investment, it's gone. That's why they call it.
Well, the investments they made for people are still there. It's laymen as a whole, they have amassed so much debt by buying bad mortgages. Like they had to write off, I think, $6 billion in the last 6 months.
Okay. Now, they actually, Lehman Brothers filed for bankruptcy, or
yes.
There was one of them that was talking about loaning themselves $20 billion. How do you do that if you don't have the cash?
Basically through the Fed. I'm sure they had one branch that can loan it. I mean, banks can loan money to other banks, so technically they could loan themselves money.
Oh.
Merrill Lynch got sold for $50 billion, which is actually
that was the
cheap.
Bank of America.
Yes.
Here's Governor
President Bush.
All right then.
Adjustments in the financial markets can be painful, both for the people concerned about their investments and for the employees of the affected firms. In the long run, I'm confident that our capital markets are flexible and resilient and can deal with these adjustments.
And I got my money.
Yeah, I got lots of cash. And a nice fancy jet.
Well, and they said this would probably balance itself out over the next couple. Is that you, Dan? Over the next couple months. All right, what do you got?
I hate that crap. Adjustments. It's not an adjustment if you just lost half your life savings.
Can be painful.
Ouch. Right now, traffic is brought to us by Cantina Laredo and also by Kaufman Tire. Traffic is already, even up to about an hour or so ago, building up, heading into Texas Stadium for the Monday night game tonight against the Eagles. That start time is 7:30. So if you trying to go home goes near Texas Stadium, don't. Just go around. Oh, and one problem to let you know about in Fort Worth, I-35 northbound at Western Center Boulevard, that accident is still there. Actually, I do it at my desk, I think. Yeah. Want me to go get it?
You got a can opener in your desk?
Yeah, I believe so.
Why didn't you say anything when I'm finished traffic?
That's traffic. I'm Dan O'Malley on the Russ Martin Show.
Okay, weather for the game tonight, I suppose. Texas Stadium going to be beautiful, actually. 62 for the low, then mid-80s for the high tomorrow in sunshine. We are at 77 now at Live 105.3.
I'm just trying to eat my peas.
I know. You've been looking everywhere.
During the break, I just wanted to have a snack. I got my peas. I went to the break room.
Oh.
I went to Gavin. I went to Chloe. I went through all our stuff. We got all the tools that we need to open almost anything, including a safe, and I can't find a can opener just so I can eat my peas.
No, there are no can openers in this building.
Lee Harris walks down the hall. I stopped him. I said, "Do you have a can opener?" "Well, you need to open a bag of Funyuns. I need a can open. Do you have one?" "Got a pocket knife. Give me my peas."
Did he help you?
No.
Okay. Never know with Lee.
Now he took him. He goes, "I'll go get him open." No.
Oh, God.
I don't want
Come back.
Some acetylene torch worked on this. Just give me my peas.
And all this time, Dan had one in his desk.
What a dump.
What? If you need it, bring it. You know that
I'm
up
leaving
here.
the house. I just grabbed some stuff so I had something to eat during one of the breaks. I figured they spent $12,000 renovating the break room up here. They'd have put a can opener in it.
They barely have. I think they took the aspirin out of the medic box. They don't have anything in there. They have styrofoam cups, and that's about it. They don't have.
They spent all that cash for the renovation. Why not? Why wouldn't you put? Don't bring no can opener in here.
Okay.
Now give it to me.
You just told him not to.
I'm eating my peas. Give me my can. What do you need open? A Walmart. Out of the $12,000 that they spent for the renovations, why wouldn't they buy a can opener?
Have you seen that kitchen? Do you go in there very often? No plastic forks, no spoons, no knives. We have to provide
There's
all those.
furniture, there's new tile, there's new equipment.
There's
Why
things
would
to
they
sit on? There's nothing to use at all. They got stirrers for the coffee. That's the only thing they have in there.
There's coffee in there. I know. I take it home.
You steal it. I can't. Sure.
Give me a spoon. Thanks. What?
Bring your own stuff up here. If you need a can, you're bringing a can, bring a can opener.
It's a multi-million-dollar broadcast facility. I would think there would be one can opener someplace in this dump.
No, you've been here long enough to know better. We're going to have a nice little game room over on the other side of the building. We'll have lots of things, but we won't have any can openers. Now we're in the future.
When are we going to have a game room?
For the sales department?
Sales department moved over to Fitzhugh.
I don't know.
They coming back?
I don't know what they're going to have over there. Parties, I've heard rumors. Maybe Trey knows more.
Yeah, a place for sales to schmooze clients. And
they're also supposed to have a stage for mini shows, like VIP shows for bands that may come in.
They're going to do that on the other side of the building.
That is what I've heard, yes.
I can't get no can opener.
Apparently not.
It's that same part of the building that had ice cold air the day we had none.
All right. You ready, Dan? Go ahead.
Okay. Sarah Foley of the Daily News, which bills itself as Texas's oldest daily newspaper, posted a blog report on their paper's website late yesterday, revealing that she had been booted out of a Red Cross shelter for being a reporter, just as Hurricane Ike was hitting. Her entry says the Red Cross and Austin Independent School District have formally requested that I leave the shelter. At first, the Red Cross wasn't quite sure what to do about me as both an evacuee and a member of the media. A police officer.
She obviously was doing something, or they wouldn't have known she was a reporter.
Undoubtedly, she was asking, because she was sitting talking to city employees and police officers and other people like that. She was reporting, but she was also an evacuee, so they had a hard time just tossing her around.
Did they eventually get rid of her?
Yes. She actually posted saying, my editors have confirmed there's an official order for me to leave. As I'm packing up, here are some last-minute observations. The hysterics of this morning seem to have calmed down at the shelter, but the situation is no less organized. One Austin police officer I spent half an hour talking to told me there was zero planning. He said when he came to report for duty here, he learned there was no command post, medical station, or a clear plan, so he made a list of needed supplies, water, soap, blankets, and the like, and arranged for officers to solicit donations from area businesses. Some evacuees are also...
Do they say in the course of the story why there were no reporters allowed in there?
They just don't like it. When things are in flux like that, they don't like reporters milling around talking to people. It's like there's other things that need to be done. There's other business that needs to be handled. And they said, you want to go outside in the courtyard, do it out there, but don't do it in here.
All right, so they gave her the option, shut up, knock it off.
Basically.
And you can stay. If you're going to continue to do your reporting, you got to leave.
You can be a reporter or you can be an evacuee. Which would you choose? And she continued to talk to people. So they went, okay, bye. Get out. You're in our way.
And they kicked her out as the hurricane's coming?
That's what she's like, they kicked me out. What is the hurricane's hit? And, oh, God, stay with Geraldo and shut up.
That was a choice you made. They gave you the option before they kicked your ass out.
To quit reporting. She kept talking to the police officers and everybody else. What they didn't want out, which is the story that has come out, some of the first responders didn't have food. Some of them didn't have water. It was even though we knew it was coming for 3 or 4 days, they weren't ready again. This guy came from Austin. He said, I just went down there to help. I ended up being in command. That's what he says. Because I just was down there as a volunteer. Next thing I know, I'm running the place.
Oh, it's a cluster F in Houston now.
Why is it to the responders they didn't have the supplies they needed?
You get into this
question. You ask.
Exactly. It's like
somebody had to know we're going to need water. We're going to need supplies. We're going to need can openers.
and they said
what, Dan?
Line 1, can opener talk.
Is it going to do me any good right now?
It'll help everyone.
Yes, Louise.
Russ.
What were we saying, John?
I was just saying, it depends on who you talk to. They had things stationed a couple days out. They went, all right, we're all ready. We have things set over here at the military base. Then when it came time to find it, it wasn't where it was supposed to be. Now, FEMA's... Everybody's saying nobody knows. Everybody's pointing fingers to other people. That's one of the next stories we have.
Governor Perry had press conferences saying everything was in place. Everything was going to play out exactly the way it should be. We've gone through our plans. The first responders are ready. They didn't have any supplies?
Well, they said actually they were asking residents to share their food and water with some of the police officers that were down there.
Yeah, at one point early on, a FEMA spokesman said delays in setting up staging points to hand out needed provisions had been caused by blocked roads. By nighttime, Homeland Security Secretary Michael Chertoff said it was the fault of state officials who handed his department the unexpected challenge of having to prepare distribution points in addition to delivering supplies. State officials said that was a local responsibility, which came as a surprise to Houston Mayor Bill White and Harris County Judge Ed Emmett. Mayor White said, if I could have known something 18 hours ago, we could have made plans to pick up something a lot quicker, and that's a fact. So it's...
Well, as mayor, you go back to the Katrina fiasco, the mayor is going to be the first line. That's the first person that's going to make sure that, yeah, for the city, we've got everything that we need. Don't look at somebody afterwards and go, well, where's our stuff?
He thought it was...
Why didn't you ask 18 hours prior? If it was that important and you knew you were going to need these things, you double check.
Again, he thought it was somebody else doing it. Everybody thought somebody else was doing it.
You're mayor. Make it your job. Yeah. You think if Dallas was in the middle of something or Mayor Moncrief in Fort Worth, they just set it aside and say, well, I think everything's probably handled, especially since we're dealing with FEMA and they're in my book.
Everything's not handled, but I'm working on my city. I'm getting my streets, I'm getting my cops out. I'm getting my streets that are flooded blocked off. I'm working on stuff in my city.
Where's your water? Where's your food?
The state's got the water.
Okay.
They're supposed to bring it.
Well, obviously that they're all, none of them are thirsty.
Well, the state was supposed to bring the water. I'm working on my city. That's my job. I'm the mayor. I'm supposed to work in this town.
Well, if you didn't know and you said afterwards, I didn't know, then you get the blame as well.
At this point, everybody's blaming somebody else. I thought FEMA was going to handle it. FEMA thought the state.
FEMA ain't got enough fingers to point at other people.
Well, and the problem in Houston is FEMA set up these PODs, these points of distribution for ice, water, food, everything. They set up like 16 around Houston.
Well, you got the PODs and you've got supplies. What's the problem?
Because Houston thought FEMA was going to man them and do the distribution. FEMA said, no, we put them there. It's your job to man them and get the food out to the people. And so then Houston's going, we didn't know we had to do anything. And then that's the finger pointing there.
We didn't learn a damn thing from Katrina. It's nice to say we did.
Well, we learned how to evacuate.
Yeah, we did get people out. Some of them didn't want to leave.
But I don't understand why that wouldn't have been FEMA's responsibility, because that's their department, isn't it?
FEMA said...
What does that stand for?
Federal Emergency Management.
There you go. Manage means you're going to stick out your pods and you're going to put somebody in it.
They said we don't have the manpower to staff. I mean, I think they put like 16 around Houston. So we don't have the manpower to do the security lines, everything else. So that's a local government issue.
Was there another hurricane they were working at the same time?
Well, but they're working multiple areas. I mean, they're working Galveston, Houston, and everywhere in between.
What is it, Dan?
I was going to say, that's the problem, is FEMA saying, well, we had these places set up. I mean, you got to tell someone that these places are set up, and that you don't have the people to man them. I mean, that's what it just boils down to. That. Okay, you have it set up.
Well, it goes back just to a factor of being irritated, because there were a lot of people who didn't ask questions, and there were a lot of people who didn't offer information. Obviously, FEMA knows that they were going to set up their pods. If they didn't tell anybody that they weren't going to be manned, then that's their fault. Somebody should have asked, though, hey, how long are you people going to be in those pods? Oh, we're not sending people. All right, thanks.
Hey, good information to know yesterday.
It's just idiotic questions that should have been asked and information that should have been passed along.
I just think FEMA would have this really, really down after all this time.
Why? Because you're still working with the same amount of cash. Ain't nothing changed.
But still, you
still have obviously the same idiots. Just because you've changed the head doesn't mean you don't have all the idiots working underneath them.
That is true. We do work for CBS. They can change the head out and still have issues at the lower levels.
Yeah, we still got that big brown eye.
CBS eye is not brown.
All right. It's brown from here. Go ahead, Dan.
Stephen, on line 1, you talked to him on Friday. He was telling you how his dad was going to stay in Galveston.
Oh, that's right. Stephen.
Hey.
What happened with your dad?
Oh, well, I know that his house didn't suffer much damage, and he said that last I talked to him, they were trying to get out, I guess because they're making a mandatory evacuation now of everybody because they've got no water, no electricity, no nothing like that. And he's trying to find a way off the island because his truck got flooded out too. And so, but last I heard, they're doing all right.
Did he have any regrets that he stayed? I mean, it didn't change anything. He stayed, and he still lost his truck and didn't stop any of the damage. Just because you're in the house, not going to stop any of the damage.
No, it didn't. And, he told me, he goes, this is the last time that I'm ever going to do this. I told him, well, yeah, I would think so, Dad. I mean, because, a lot worse could have happened than losing your truck.
Most of the people that stayed, you hear them. In fact, I have a montage of survivors since cut number 74 on my flash drive. Most of them all said, stupid. I was stupid to even try to stay.
I listened to some woman. She was like, well, had it turned into a 3, I would have left. But, we started to write it out. But it really scared my kids. It's like, you know what? If you want to be a dumbass, that's fine. When you got little kids that you traumatized, you're an idiot.
74. Okay.
The fire was right next to our place where we were staying. The 3 houses just burned down to the ground, and the fire was just shooting everywhere. We were on the 2nd floor, and it was just, the whole house was full of smoke.
The water came in. We took buckets and stuff, and we tried to let water out.
You try to fight a hurricane with buckets.
We had buckets. Water was coming in. Buckets. Get it out. Try to follow. We planned this out.
Sometimes on the weekends, we go down to the Gulf with a sponge and try and soak it up.
But wait a minute. Listen later in the clip. All right.
We took buckets and stuff, and we tried to let water out. Then water came back in. And
how's that? Ask Geraldo.
We closed the doors, the water still came back in.
Got finger at it. Rude.
Buckets and stuff, and we tried to let water out. Then water came back in, and we just collapsed in the bed because we got tired. I knew they said that, it was going to be a big...
We gave up. We laid down on the bed.
What do you think was going to happen with the water? You dump it out. You're still in the middle of the hurricane.
We're gonna
there's still tide and there's still wind.
We're going to lay there like we're sleeping and leave.
Just collapsed in the bed because we got tired. I knew they said that, it was going to be a big storm, but I didn't think it was going to be this bad.
We made it, and we can live to tell about it, but I'm going to let other people know, don't do it. Don't do it at all. Don't even try it, because it's not worth it. Because everything can be replaced, but, life can't.
I'm missing why you're staying. Just because you stayed isn't going to stop any damage that the hurricane's going to create.
There were a couple people...
They're saying that you're going to lose power, you're not going to have food, you're not going to have emergency services. There'll be no first responders. There's not going to be any emergency response in case somebody gets hurt. What's the reason to stay?
Again, they think if I'm here, I can make a difference. If I leave, I'm going to come back to nothing.
You can make a difference with what? You're not going to make sure the power stays on. You're not going to do anything with emergency response. You're not going to stop any of the damage. There was a picture of some old guy that sat out in his front yard through the entire hurricane, didn't do any damage to his house. Just some old man, I think they said he was a Marine, and he's sitting out in front of the house screaming at the hurricane, get out of his yard. Get on the sidewalk! Get off my yard!
That's a few people live. Like I said, they wrote it out and lived to tell about it, but it's just so ridiculously. That one lady saying, well, we didn't know it was going to be this bad. Yes, we're kind of aware. It's unpredictable.
The media was down there to cover something.
Yeah. And everybody said...
You saw Geraldo fall down on TV on Friday. Normally, Geraldo don't fall down.
I think when the word certain death came out of somebody's mouth, that's when I'd leave.
But the media always phrased it, you could possibly face certain death.
Mm-hmm. Possibly.
You're going to have to pick one or the other. It's either possible death or it's certain. But I'm really sick of you combining the two because it don't really scare me that much.
Could be either way. We're not sure. Why don't you stay and find out?
Yes, Jeremy.
Oh, I sat through a hurricane category 1 that got downgraded to a tropical storm when I was a kid. It rained so hard. The rain hit the side of the cabin. It was bleeding through the walls, exorcist style, through the sheetrock. Anybody that says to a hurricane is an idiot. An absolute moron.
I can't get a handle on the reason to stay. You're not going to stop any of the damage, electrical, food, gas. None of that's going to change access to it because you stayed. And I don't know what I'm missing. Unless it's, thanks, Jeremy, unless it's just facing it. I don't want to be a coward.
No, it's not that. The only people.
Well, then it's sheer idiocy.
It's idiocy, and the other people said, you know what? I've evacuated before, and it's worse on the road. It's worse when I go up, and I can't get anything to eat. I can't get any gasoline. I'm stuck in traffic.
How's your belly right now?
Well, it's kind of empty right now.
And your car?
Well, it's washed away. But that's not
so you don't need gas?
I don't need any gas, dummy.
I'm just amazed that people would go, well, it's just going to be a category 2. It was the size of Texas. Even at 100-mile-per-hour winds for a long time, bad.
Yeah, even if you dropped it down to 70, 80 miles per hour for that long of a period of time, things are going to finally give way as they did.
And you have flooding on top of everything else.
We get 25-mile-an-hour winds in my neighborhood. Power goes out. Not this past weekend. After I bought a generator.
Oh, my God. Let TXU off the hook here. It's not their fault. They keep the power on.
Out 3 times over the past 3 months. And every time it comes back on, I don't know why, but it's frying my AC units.
So they fixed the problem. You'll be happy.
I've lost 2 compressors every time the power's come back on. That's $1,500 a pop.
Damn.
Yeah. You left out a word in front of it, but yeah.
I can't even fathom.
I don't know what it is either. Got the generator, and I went, I'll just live with this.
TXU handled it. They did what they do best. They kept your power on. Tell him thank you.
I'm not standing for that.
Tell him thank you.
No. I bought that generator. I want to use it.
Your power would never go off again.
You. We need a break.
We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show.
Tethered off, we gonna tether off the mother sucker. Tethered off the sucker. Tethered off, we gonna tether off the mother sucker. Tethered off the sucker. Tethered off, we gonna tether off the mother sucker. Tethered off the sucker. Tethered off.
We're back to the Russ Martin Show.
CNN just ran this video during the last break. It's out in front of the Anthony house.
Okay.
Is the grandmother, is her name Cindy Anthony?
I believe so, yes.
I don't know how those people are able to exist day in and day out.
The grandparents.
The grandparents of, is it Kaylee?
Casey.
All right. The grandparents, for the most part, probably had nothing to do with it.
Absolutely.
But they've got to do, well, you don't know how long this played out. But they've got to deal with these the protesting is going to do what?
See, I saw people out in front of the house. I couldn't understand that. What are you protesting, really? That she's not in jail? Well, has she been rearrested today? Is that what they said?
Yes. Yeah. She's got this fetish for hot checks.
Oh, I was going to say, did she do anything, or they're just afraid she was going to fly? She's done something else, hot checks?
Yeah, they can't keep her in for Casey being missing, but they nab her on the bouncers.
And then there's a hearing set for tomorrow.
Yeah, I think actually what people are doing is they're going back. I don't think these hot checks are so much like she wrote them last week, but I think people, like she bounced checks in the past, and they're going back and going, hey.
Oh, I got a flamer.
Yeah.
I still don't get what the protesters, if you really cared about Casey, instead of driving up and down in front of their house, why did you go look for the kid?
That's not going to serve anything. Because
finding the body or the child's not going to serve anything?
I'm not going to find that child. I'm not going to find that body. But I can sit here and I can make a mess in the street.
And possibly get on TV.
And do what? I look like a fool.
I don't know, but they've got Cindy Anthony coming out of the house. Obviously, whoever's in the truck had been screaming at the house, calling, what's the daughter's name?
Casey.
Are you sure?
Yeah, Kaylee's the kid. Casey's the mom.
Obviously calling Casey a bitch. Cindy comes flying out of the house, screaming at this fat bitch in the truck. Said if you call her a bitch one more time, and then the fat bitch crawls out of the truck.
Oh, no.
And then it's either her son or her boyfriend is able to get his shirt off just in time to be on TV.
Oh, of course. I know this is how you do it. It's always on Cops.
There's the camera. Get my shirt off. Thank God my tattoo's healed.
Perfect timing.
Then he grabs her and he grabs the protester and holds her back.
What? Why don't they just call the cops? The cops know this house by now. Say, hey, there's people disturbing the peace. That's what would happen if it happened in my neighborhood.
I don't know.
Somebody's out screaming in the street. You call the cops, they swoosh them away.
All right, here's the video.
Oh, yeah, you can tell she's on a hunt here.
Which TV is that, Trey?
3.
All right, thank you.
You call her a one more time, and what are you gonna Cindy, what are you gonna
And there she is.
Wow, in all her glory. She sees the camera. You can tell she's playing for the cameras. And what are you going to do?
Now, here comes, we'll call it her boyfriend.
All right.
Able to get his shirt off just in time to get on TV.
Don't call my what are you gonna do?
And in the process of all of this, they're not paying attention.
Yeah.
You got the protesters that are backing up against their own truck.
Okay.
Their kid's there.
Is that what they... Okay. I see.
And they slam the door on the kid. That's why he's screaming.
Lovely. What a wonderful family moment.
Now back it up.
You gonna don't call my what are you gonna do?
Yeah, he was in the door when the boyfriend pushes the fat moose up against the door. And the kid is squished. Wow.
I'm sure they didn't break his arm.
What a gem of a mother.
Yeah. Well, the boyfriend or son also comes around with a nice no shirt on and pushes her back.
Well, she's also driving up and down this street. All right, you don't like the chick. You think, all right, she probably got rid of her own kid. Danny, do something proactive. What are you going to go look for the kid? Stop with the protesting. You're hopping out of your truck. What the F are you going to do? I'm going to get my boyfriend who has no shirt on and his tattoo's just healed. He's going to go off on you. And then we're going to slam. We hate you so much, we're going to slam the door on our own kid.
That's pretty funny.
What?
Hell of an example there. Setting for their kid, drive down the street yelling obscenities.
This is what we do to our own kid. Man, what we do to yours.
You better tell us where that baby is. You don't, we're going to slam the door on Teddy again.
His blood's on your hands. Yeah, the kid goes down on the ground.
Oh my God! What are you gonna do?
Lovely camera moment.
Who's a big fat chick on the left-hand side of the screen with the Anthony family?
My God.
Good Lord.
I haven't seen her yet.
I hope she's pregnant.
Oh, we know that. With.
I hope she's not.
That at least
because those things normally come in litters. And she ain't got enough teats to feed them all. God, she looks like one of the Oompa Loompas.
Maybe it's a bad camera angle.
She is wearing horizontal stripe.
That makes you look fatter.
And the white trash mom, her kid's not screaming his bloody head off.
She's still screaming.
Yeah, she's still screaming at the Anthony family. I'll F you up.
Because she sees.
Look what I done to my own kid. Slam the door on him again.
She still sees the camera lights. This would never have happened if there was not a camera there. I promise you. The protesters would have been there, but the camera.
Why is it skirmishes like this? There's always somebody ain't got no shirt on. I know that's stereotypical of cops, but what is it about drunk white trash that just makes you want to run around with no shirt on? Is it to show off your fresh tattoo?
Yeah, it's healed. Want to see?
Can't see it if I got clothing on.
Dummy.
That's the reason I got it. Show it off. How's it look?
I don't know, but they always have them. It's always that way. Somebody. Normally the guy, but not always.
All right. You ready to finish the news, Dan?
Yes.
Okay. Do y'all want to take any of this?
Line 3.
Is going to what?
Possible reasons to why the protesters are protesting.
Yes, Tanya. 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 What you want?
She was saying that she thinks the protesters are trying to convince the parents and the grandparents to convince Casey to talk, to tell the police where the child is.
How are you going to do that? By driving up? First of all, I think the bitch did it, so I'm not defending her. No. But you're not getting anything done. Go look for the body. If you want something to get accomplished, go out with the other search teams and see if you can find the body. Driving up and down the street screaming at her, calling her a bitch, is not going to encourage her to talk to anybody.
I'm with Trey.
All it's making her do is write hot checks.
I'm with Trey. That's what the TV crews aren't up and down looking for the body. They're sitting out in front of this house. Yeah, I wanted to get on the TV. He just got the tattoo. It just healed.
Somebody got to see it. We didn't go and pay them $23 for no reason.
Hey, these people probably have a watching party. Look, we're on national TV.
Oh, great. They got the angle that you can't see the tattoo. We go back out there.
But they got Teddy's arm getting crammed in the door. God, that's good.
Make copies of that for everybody in the family.
Watch it at Christmas. All right, go ahead, Daniel.
All right. Ray Wilkinson doesn't consider himself a hero for being the only Surfside Beach resident to ride out Hurricane Ike in his home.
Is that the old guy I was talking about?
Yeah. Rather, the 67-year-old Marine Corps veteran considers himself to be the only one stupid enough to stay behind. The 30-year Surfside Beach resident said he watched the frenzy of Ike's arrival from the front porch of his upstairs apartment, which faces away from the beach. I just saw all kinds of goodies floating away, like my refrigerator downstairs. I watched cars floating by like a Volvo that traveled for several blocks before ending up in a ditch. Streets and yards remained partially underwater this morning and were littered with debris from toilets and bicycles to paintings and even children's toys. Wilkinson said that he felt his home shaking badly in the fierce winds as he sat there drinking beer, but the gusts were so loud he couldn't really hear much else.
It's like watching Wheel of Fortune only with water. Mm-hmm. Look at all these fabulous prizes.
He said he was...
I'm going to sit here until something comes along and catches my fancy. It's just a conveyor belt of prizes. All from me. Go ahead, Dan.
He said he was never scared, just entertained. He did not pray for help. He said, I figure I put me in this position and God couldn't get me out.
Finally, somebody that actually makes some sense. I put me here. I ain't going to ask God. God's going to slap me around.
He still stayed.
But it comes to a point where I said they stay thinking it's going to not be bad. It gets horrible. It's too late to do anything but watch the fabulous prizes flow by.
I don't even care that my power's out. Look at all these fabulous prizes.
A new car.
I wonder if it's got California missions. Because I'm not going in after it. It ain't got California small.
Actually, that would be a fun game to play if you're sitting drinking beer on your upstairs porch.
If you got nothing else to do, you got a hurricane, you get the streets are flooded, fabulous prizes going down the street. Just sit there and decide which one you're going after, because you really only got one shot.
Just guess the retail price. Well, I figure that's close enough. I'll get that later.
Not going over.
Titus wrote to me. I'm going to go check underneath that car, see if it's got California emissions. I don't know what it is. That is the epitome of white trash just sitting through a hurricane. I'm going to ride this one out.
Well, they've left before, and they have either hasn't served any purpose. A lot of people said, somebody sent me an email a while ago saying some people stay to try to keep people from looting. And they're willing to defend their house for whatever reason. Your stuff is going to be, it's irreplaceable, going to be gone anyway.
Well, it might not be replaceable. If you're that worried about looting, you probably don't have insurance. And if your stuff's gone, then you've lost everything. But you're also gambling that the hurricane's not going to wipe it out.
Yeah, the hurricane takes it, then God looted you. And it's gone. Everything, including the chair you're sitting on and the beer you were drinking. And all the fabulous prizes.
But guys rewarded me because I just sat here. Look at that. Coming right down in front of the house.
That has rewarded me.
All I got to do is just sit here and wait on the wall.
Hey, look, a refrigerator. Oh, wait, that's mine.
Damn it. All right, go ahead.
All right, well, of course, speaking of staying and waiting, Adrienne Curry is only famous for winning the first season of America's Next Top Model and, of course, for marrying Peter from the Brady Bunch. Well, she also gets attention every once in a while for saying things on her blog, like her latest, in which she says that everyone who ignored the warnings about Hurricane Ike and remained in their homes should not receive free assistance. She says, I'm sorry, but I believe all these people should have to pay the bill.
I don't need free assistance. I'm just sitting here and I'm going to pick the one thing out that catches me. Screw the government. God wants me to have this.
The government didn't show up first day. God did.
Look at that. It's a cavalcade of wonderful items. Oh, it needs an MC. So she, I forget what she wanted.
Oh, the Adrienne Curry? She says that people that stayed behind shouldn't get free assistance. That they should have to pay the bill for their own individual rescues. She says when they issue a certain death warning and you're effing dumb enough to stay, you don't deserve free aid. I watch people being interviewed on the news claiming they bought a bunch of beer and barbecue to sit through the storm. I bet these same people are crying for help as I type. This is effing stupid.
Help me catch all these prizes. I'm overwhelmed.
Which one to pick?
Actually, the storm makes it easy because whatever ends up in your living room, you get to keep.
Well, that's a freebie, isn't it? I got to spin again, do I? Hell, I like this game.
Go ahead, Dan.
So anyway, she was on to say, this is effing stupid. Why should we have to foot a dime for these dumbasses that ignored the warnings. Free transportation was provided and many buses left half empty. Free shelters were provided and many not filled up. People value money and possessions.
This is just too much to fathom. I can't even imagine what the Showcase Showdown is going to be like. I get my pet spayed or neutered, but the ground. Sorry, Bob. You know, that's all that's got to be going through their minds. Well, I stayed. I'm going to watch the hurricane and all the devastation. I'll just sit here and I'll window shop.
Surely some good will flip by and say, ooh, what's that?
Wonder if that's my side. Here comes a new Mazda. Normally those have the California missions.
Yeah.
Hold the rope!
I'm going in.
I'm taking this one, Bob. Like trash.
Well, yeah, if they live like that and they can't get out and choose not to get out, they probably are lower income.
He's out there playing his own high-low game.
They're just used to the storms coming in and it being a party. They throw parties, they say this, and every once in a while it turns ugly on you.
That's why it's called a disaster.
That's true.
Like when the yodeler falls off the mountain. I hate that game.
Everything's not a game. It's not Plinko.
That's about as close to Plinko as you're going to get. All right, Dan. So what are you laughing at?
Everything.
All right, go ahead.
If you want, Joe on line 5, talking about seeing people complaining about all the free stuff.
Yes, Joe.
Hey, I actually saw people on TV complaining about the free bus ride and complaining about the free meals and complaining about the free shelter. What the hell's up with that?
What is it they didn't like?
Everything. They were complaining about the quality of food, the amount of food, that the shelters were crowded, that the bus ride took too long.
Why is it they think that they're entitled to anything?
That's exactly what I wanted.
It wasn't a government action that caused this. It's just an act of God. You had days to do it yourself.
And not all of these people are government workers. A lot of them are volunteers. And you're still going to have an issue because you didn't get everything that you wanted?
That's the same sound clip maybe I heard earlier today. Where's my stuff? Where's the government again? The government has failed us again. Screaming at the top of our lungs.
If you sat in Galveston or any of that area and you planned on the government pulling your ass out of this, you deserved everything.
They said going in. You will not be saved.
If you just expect FEMA to pull one off for a change, thinking maybe they're on some kind of kick, well, you're a fool.
They learned from Katrina. Surely this one's going to go smoothly. I'll get food,
you stop and you depend on the government to make in a disaster. You deserve to lose everything.
And they have, unfortunately, a lot of these people. But I just didn't even take a day before the finger pointing started to the government and the FEMA and the locals and the state.
Well, FEMA's obviously going to be defensive because they screw up every time. You always have your stories ready. We set up the pods, point of delivery. We had all the supplies in them. Why didn't you go get it?
Where was it?
It was in different parts around Houston.
You never told us where. And you didn't tell me you were going to have anybody with the key to open the door.
Thankless dick.
We're there. We couldn't get in.
And again, that just goes back to a factor of being irritating because that could have been easily handled. Hey, we're FEMA. We're dropping off your pods with everything you need in it. Have somebody to man it.
That's going to be bad.
Or, if you're the mayor, hey, we see you're dropping off pods. Anybody going to watch it?
Nope.
No.
You're right.
It had been simple enough questions. You had plenty of time leading up to it to ask them. They're not that difficult, and there aren't a whole lot of them. Just ask.
That's going to be
You're going to have the thing. How long will you man them? Oh, you won't have anybody to watch them.
No.
Then we'll get somebody.
We're FEMA. We drop off and we pick up.
You're like emergency management. That means you do something. Don't just drop stuff off and expect it to float in front of my house with these fabulous prizes.
Look, a pod.
It's about damn time.
Probably got everything I need in there.
That's actually kind of like a hurricane. Let's make a deal. Well, pod number 1 or pod number 3?
I'm taking this, bitch. Like a great big piñata.
Good thing I dressed up like Gumby.
What does that mean?
Let's make a deal. You got to dress up.
We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show.
fires floating in front of my house. Thank God I'm dressed up like Gumby. I knew this outfit would come in handy.
Oh my God.
Reload the bumper. Thank you.
We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show.
Get the visual of Gumby standing on the porch.
I'm Gumby, damn it! Try it again. Guy down the street dressed like Eeyore drowned. I told him.
We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show.
Honky, hold the road! I'm going in after Jot.
This soap opera gets better and better. The Russ Martin Show. We're back to the Russ Martin Show.
That you, Gumby?
Of course.
Let's go, damn it.
All right, damn it. This is brought to us by Chicken Express. Of course, the Cowboys game is tonight against the Eagles, so you've already got worsening, heavy delays headed towards Texas Stadium. But a couple of accidents I need to tell you about in Dallas. I-30 westbound at Beckley Avenue, there's an accident blocking the right lane. And also in Dallas, this is when it's getting bad, 75 northbound at Caruth Haven, the two left lanes are blocked due to a crash, and that's already in the middle of heavy rush hour traffic. And in Haltom City, 820 eastbound at Haltom Road, there's an accident blocking the right lane, and that has everyone backed up to Blue Mountain Road. I'm Gumby, damn it. And there's your check of traffic on the Russ Martin Show.
Thank you there, Dan. 62 for the low tonight. Perfect game weather, actually, for the Cowboys. Going to be in the 80s tomorrow. We have 77 out, live 105.3.
You already have a line on the Cowboys game?
6.5, 43.
They're playing the Eagles?
Yes.
43 is the over-under?
Yes.
I never got my money from the last bet. Where's my money, damn it? I got to dress like Haji to get it? Take whatever I won last time and roll it over. So the Cowboys got to win by 7?
Mm-hmm.
Just to break even.
To win.
If they win by 6, you lose.
If they win by 7, you win.
All right. Yeah. Roll whatever I got. Same thing that I did on the Cowboys last time in the over-under.
Okay.
Go under, though.
Go under. Okay.
Yeah. All right, Dan, you ready to finish?
Yeah, I'm good to go.
All right. Go ahead.
Trey, actually roll my winnings into the Cowboys as well.
Did you not pay anybody?
No. Me too.
Did you get our cash?
No.
Why?
In the market for new Rolex?
You spend our money?
No.
Where's my money? Why you look confused?
I forgot to place the bets.
I think you could have gotten away with that one.
Without hitting the delay?
Yeah. People understand.
Why didn't you place them?
Because typically you really don't want them placed. I never asked if y'all actually wanted them or not, so.
Yeah. We placed the bets. Jenny, take the wheel of punishment.
Sure.
Put it on your truck and run over Trey.
Okay. I'll be right back.
You seriously didn't place any of them?
No.
Somebody say something.
Do we need a new bookie? Get somebody that can do this. Gavin can hook us up. He's offered to before.
I don't think it's the bookie. Trey didn't place the bets. What's the bookie got to do with it?
We have a direct bookie, then we'll call him and we'll make sure it gets done.
We're talking about something illegal on the air?
We're not really doing it, though. That's where Trey gets it confused, because sometimes we say we're not really doing it because it's illegal. But then we do it.
Yeah, we do it. You placed the bets before. Why'd you bail on this one?
You just forgot.
I forgot.
Did you really forget?
Yeah, I really did forget.
Did you get your bets in?
On the Cowboy game?
Yes.
Huh?
Oh, wow. Sorry.
Oh, no.
Don't get loud.
Kick his ass.
How do you remember?
Beating him up is not going to help. Hey!
Oh. Answer that. You remembered your bet, but not ours?
I just wasn't thinking when I...
You remembered your cash. Did you win?
Yeah.
Then you're splitting it. You're giving it to us. Give me the phone back off the floor. You're going to split all of that. You idiot! Oh, God. Jeez.
Well, no reason to find out what that phone does now. It's broken.
You're going to give us that money. Seriously, hand me the phone. You'll be okay. Put on this Gumby outfit. Can you remember this time?
Yes.
I think I did $250 on the Cowboys and another
$250 on the over.
I want under this time.
Okay. JD?
I would like $200 on the Cowboys, $100 on the over.
Dan, you want to place a useless bet?
Absolutely. I'd like another imaginary $50 on the Cowboys. And actually, Russ, your bet last week was for the under, and you won on both.
Okay. Place us for you, will you?
I'll go online and do it during the break.
I know you can do it online.
Yes.
All right. Got his bet. Go ahead, Dan.
All right. Well, in one of the scariest stories I've read recently, a man injured while whitewater kayaking in Australia broke his own leg to escape. The 38-year-old became trapped under a tree in the West Kiowa River and was close to drowning when he decided to snap his lower leg to save his life. The flow of water was pushing him under a tree where he was pinned and at the risk of drowning. This according to intensive care flight paramedic Anthony DeWitt.
How did he break his leg?
They don't describe it, but the only way I can imagine it is they said he's pinned under a tree and his legs were caught. So the only thing I can think of is he had to reach down, grab his foot, and probably just pull it right across using the branch as a fulcrum. And since it's his lower leg, you have both bones in that lower leg, and he had to snap both of them.
I would have just opted to drown.
Man, if it's that, it's like that guy he sawed his arm off
with a Swiss Army knife.
Didn't have to hear the details, but is that or die? I guess if it's that moment, you think, hey, you know what? If it's this bad, I'm going to die anyway.
I don't know how you could forego the pain, especially this was going to be immediate breaking his leg. I think the guy who sawed his arm off, it had already gone numb because it was trapped.
That would certainly be a lot easier. I think maybe just shock. Please, God, tell me shock kicks in and you don't really feel it like it sounds you would. And then you got the tendons.
You've got to live through that moment, the breaking the leg.
And then pull yourself.
At least that's quick. Sawing your arm off with a pocket knife, that's going to take a while, and you got to watch yourself do it to make sure you get all of it.
Yeah. Can we quit talking about this? This is gross. That's unbelievable. Then you got the muscles and the tendons, and you got to pull and yank. Maybe he was numb or something.
Well, but even now,
you might be in shock, and you're just able to pull it off.
Maybe, but even snapping your own leg, that's usually when you break a bone, it's in an instant, you're not expecting it, and it just happens. This, you got to think about it, and you got to figure out how to do it, and then do it.
And you got to come up with the force to do it, because your natural instinct is not to hit yourself too hard.
To stop before something snaps.
It's like when we punch ourselves in the head. You don't really go full force.
No. Come on.
Not a chance.
Do one. It's been a while.
I think I just did that.
No, you didn't. It's been a long time since we hit ourselves in the head. We have new listeners. I bet they don't even know what we're talking about. People in the car right now going, well, we're going to go to the Cowboy game. I ain't going in until I find out what this hitting in the head thing's all about.
I don't even know how that originated.
You were punishing yourself.
Yeah, you've done something stupid or wrong, and you said, I deserve this. I got it coming.
So I fisted myself in my own forehead.
Yeah, you just wailed back. You got it. You gave it a good aim, and you just smacked yourself. I'll do it first.
Why is this everybody wants to get in on?
I'm not sure why this one. The pan's funny because you get the bunk noise, and then it hurts. You get the recoil, but the fist really hurts, and you don't get as much sound out of it. You do inside your head.
All right, go ahead.
All right, hold on a second. Sure, I don't break anything doing this. It'd be my luck. I break my hand. Okay, I forgot. Did we do it with the hand square like this? Or we're at an angle.
No, where you look like the statue of the thinker.
Okay, all right.
And then you just rear back and roundhouse yourself.
Hold on a minute. I got to loosen up. Okay. All right. Right about there.
Center of your forehead.
All right, am I centered? Okay.
You are now.
Here we go. And
don't pull it.
2. Okay. It wasn't nearly as fun as I remembered.
What was even funny about that is he started to take a swing at himself, and then he stopped, then he reared back again, and boom.
He rabbit punched himself.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, that wasn't fun. Don't do it.
Oh, you know what? I'll do it.
Oh, God. You always do it too hard. I think you're going to knock yourself out.
All right, here goes Troy.
God, I missed.
No, you got most of... What are you going to do it again?
Oh, my. Oh, hey! Damn it, dude! Hey! Didn't hit that. Didn't miss that time.
I'm getting nauseous watching this.
Chloe jumped up the ground so he wouldn't go at it again. You're a little too vicious with this game.
Well, you're also talking about the guy that knocked himself out of his own bed.
This ain't nothing.
I punched myself.
That wasn't intentional. He had a nightmare. He jumped up out of the bed, then knocked himself out with the headboard.
And that's the part that surprises me. He's had recent face trauma, yet he's fine smacking himself.
God.
Guy on line 2 wants to do it too, by the way.
We ever had anybody do it over the phone?
I don't think so.
I don't think a punch. We had the guy hit himself with a spaghetti pan once.
That was fun. Remember that.
Flo, do we have any pans left?
Yes, we do.
Go fetch me one.
Oh, God. How did we get into this?
I don't care. Yes, Shannon.
Hey, boss man. I've been to drag myself in the melons.
Are you driving?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going down 20 right now.
Added points.
All right, go ahead.
All right, hold on. Here we go. Hold on. You got to get my knee position so I don't wreck. All right, here we go.
Sounds like so much fun till it happens. Oh, Chloe, why you got fun the pans?
The pans are fun.
Yeah, JD's right. At least you get that immediate gratification from the pan. I just don't get why we do it to ourselves.
I don't have a clue how that started.
Was this Christmas? Not this last year. Was it this last year when we went off on the pan kick?
No, actually it was Christmas 06.
We've been doing this for almost 2 years.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, we all went out and bought cheap pans and took them home, and we were doing it at the house. No on-air benefit.
No. Because mostly people would come over to the house and go, y'all aren't really doing that. People in the building didn't believe it. So they saw it happen. It's real.
I had to push one of the dents out of the pan.
Are you about to do it?
You want me to?
All right, go ahead.
Oh! Trey! Jesus, crummy. All right.
Give me that.
You don't get to play anymore.
You take this too seriously, man.
That's fun.
You dented my pan.
I'll press it out.
Do it the other way.
Well, now I'm vexed by it.
Oh, God. Here we go.
Let me find a good spot. Shouldn't we do news? All right, then. I just feel like this is too cheap of a bit.
People love it. People are lining up to do it.
Chloe, what are you doing with the camera phone? All right.
Yeah, we'll do news. A little more forward,
where?
Kind of on the side.
You talking about on my head?
Yeah, like more right in there.
I know what I'm doing.
Well, you're hitting it on the side.
I'm just looking for the sweet spot.
My bad.
There it is. I mean, you got to get pissed off at yourself, or there's no way for me just to do it. All right, hang on.
Okay.
What'd you say?
It's fun every time.
That's crazy. I see the lines on hold, and we're not doing the sports.
Okay, fine, but at least take line one. He's got a valid point.
Yeah, Charlie?
Hey, can y'all bang yourselves in the head with no shirts on with your new tattoos showing?
Dressed as Gumby.
Maybe that's how he got the knot on his head. All right, Dan, give it a shot.
All right. Over the weekend, a conservative group called the Family Research Council got busted selling boxes of waffle mix at a voters summit in Washington, D.C. that featured a picture of Barack Obama as an offensive racial stereotype. According to the Family Research Council, the waffle box was meant to be taken as political satire, but on Saturday, organizers of the Value Voters Summit cut off sales of the Obama waffles for displaying offensive material.
I got a picture of the box if you want to see what they're upset about.
What it's supposed to do is the box.
How is that racial? It's a caricature of Obama on the front. Obama waffles, waffling the world over. It change that you can taste. And that's it. Where's the racial part?
It says it depicts Obama as an Aunt Jemima type character and shows him wearing a Muslim headdress on the top of the box.
Well, I can't see the headdress, but that's just a caricature of Obama. Why is it you can't do a caricature of a black person without it being racist, but you can do white people nonstop?
I think it's because it's the Aunt Jemima thing and it's waffles that had been something else. That really wasn't their point. The point was he waffles on some of the issues. That's what they were trying to get across. The fact that they kind of did the Aunt Jemima thing on the top, that's what people got upset about.
I can't see the Aunt Jemima thing on the top. But I wouldn't see that and think racist. Just like when they, the guy in, I think it was Texas, that was selling the Curious George shirts.
Right.
And he said it was Obama. Had it been a white guy, there'd been no issue with that.
No, you're right, because it's... I'm not going to go any further with that. I definitely see the problem.
Explain it to us.
I will not.
I don't get it.
Give me a pan.
No, you're not going to knock yourself out to get out of this.
No, really. I mean, you see the problem. Curious George. Curious George?
Nope, missed it.
I'm lost. Curious George's ears stick out.
So Obama's kind of stick out.
Okay, that's probably the correlation I'm getting to.
I don't think it is.
That's the only one I see.
We'll wait.
They were upset because Curious George is a monkey.
All right.
That's why they got upset. And then the correlation, and that's why I think the guy told him to screw it, and he was going to continue selling the T-shirts.
I don't understand why this caricature is racist.
Again, if the Aunt Jemima thing's racist, it ought not be sold anymore, but it is.
All right, go ahead, Dan.
Okay. He was one of the world's most prolific and secretive gamblers. The arrival at casinos in London of Fuad Al-Zayat, the high roller, simply known as the Fat Man, created panic and excitement and not a little rubbing of hands by management in their dinner jackets and black ties. Over 15 years, the Syrian billionaire lost more than £191 million, or $341 million on the spin of the roulette wheel. But now he's biting back by taking 6 prestigious British casinos to court, claiming they illegally allowed him credit. The move follows his recent victory in the High Court when his lawyer successfully argued...
Did he talk about suing them when he was winning?
No.
Then you can't reverse it.
People do this all the time.
Maybe he missed the term gambling.
People do it all the time.
Maybe it was a little too vague.
They do it. It's not vague at all. People who sued casinos, I had a problem. I sat there at your roulette table. I didn't even get up to go to the bathroom. Clearly had an issue. You continued to serve me. You continued to let me sit there and lose my money.
You stayed when you won.
Well, yeah.
All right.
But then you knew I was going to lose.
Were we vague when we said you'd be gambling?
No.
That means it's not a sure deal.
But you continued to give me credit, which made it easy for me to
You were a good customer. This guy was a billionaire, right? All right. That's why you gave him credit.
Well, and the guys that have sued him, some of these people have lost everything to gambling, and they want the casinos to, you're not going to get paid, you're not going to win it. But they're going to say, hey, you knew that the odds were stacked in your favor.
We didn't come to your house. We didn't grab you. We didn't haul you into the casino. We didn't make you stick your own cash down. We did get you drunk.
Yeah, but
But all of that, everything else up to that point was your own choice.
In a bar, if you see somebody being overserved, it's your job to stop them. And if I'm at a casino and I'm being overserved chips, air quotes,
you're still making the decision.
I know. I'm making the decision to drink too. It's your job to stop me. It's your business.
And this guy also goes on to say he's talking about how the casinos make it too attractive, too alluring because
flashy lights and
noise, free drinks, people running around dressed like Gumby.
Who couldn't go? No, but he's saying how, the gorgeous hotel rooms that they give you for free and all these different comp things just to get you in. And then according to him, they illegally give you credit.
Oh.
So he's saying it's their fault that he owes them all this money. They shouldn't have lent me this money.
How much you want to bet when he didn't get credit and they actually wanted him to put up some cash? He probably threw a fit.
Especially if he had spent that much cash in all those different casinos. He expected the VIP treatment. He got it. He lost because he was gambling. I don't care how attractive it is. I don't care about all the flashing lights or the people dressed like Ray Spannon. You're still gambling.
All the casinos do that. It's standard procedure. He's not going to get anything out of this because the whole, you got a VIP room.
The court systems may be different this was the UK, right?
Yeah, it is.
It may be different in that situation. Here, you don't get dick. I don't care if you think you're covered under the Americans with Disability Act or not because you think you have a disease.
It's an addiction. I have a gambling addiction. And addiction's covered. And you took advantage of a handicapped person. You bastards.
We didn't wheel you in here up to the roulette table and just pull the cash out of your pocket. You made these decisions, and you didn't say dick when you were winning.
No, but you knew that I was sick. You knew I was a sick human being. Who the hell else would sit at your table?
How would we know that? You think you're the only customer that comes in here?
I bet you watch everybody on the cameras. I bet you know who I am. I bet if I spend that much money, you probably researched me a little bit. Yes, I think you know exactly who I am and that I'm sick. I have an addiction. Go look it up.
And did you not see the signs about every 20 feet in the casino that said, if you have a problem, call this number?
No, that's when I blinked.
Or above the urinal when you go to the bathroom.
I never go to the bathroom. You should have known. I have a colostomy bag.
All right, there you go.
A parrot is ruffling feathers at a zoo by telling visitors to, F off. This is in England. Max, the African Grey, was donated by a previous owner who got fed up with his chatter. The 5-year-old also mimics car alarms and mobile phone ringtones. Keeper Peter Handsome at South Park Birdhouse in Darlington County, Durham, blamed local school children for teaching Max the obscenity. He said he's a bright chap and easily picked it up. There's no knowing when he'll blurt it out. I hold my breath when parents stand with small children at his cage. Sometimes he'll just say hello or bye, but just as often, it's F off.
Polly wants a blowjob. Polly wants a dirty Sanchez.
No.
Polly's got some beads. Show me some.
This guy knew this bird said that, and he donates it to a zoo.
That's why I got rid of it.
Kids are gonna come. We need a Polly in here that speaks nasty language. You just never know what's going to pop up.
And he actually says his favorite trick, the birds, is to stick his head in a tin cup in his cage and then swear. Because he knows it makes a louder sound.
In his head?
Polly still wants that blowjob. Hello. They actually have one of those at Spencer's, a little mechanical parrot that swears.
That swears?
Yeah.
Because I have one at home that'll repeat whatever you say back to you in a parrot voice.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, you can just say anything you want to say.
Bring it up tomorrow.
Okay. I mean, it says certain regular things.
Well, bring it up tomorrow.
Okay, I'll bring it in.
Unless you've done something untoward with it.
I haven't, and if I have, I can erase whatever damage there is between now and then. It really is funny when you say certain things.
What have you put in that parrot?
I haven't done anything. I haven't done anything recently.
You shove that thing in your ass?
No. It's just funny to have it repeat certain words.
Apparently can't see nothing. The dog. Sally said don't fart.
No, I haven't put anything in my rear. No, it's just funny when you say certain stuff.
Well, you had that shock look for a second. I can't bring that up.
Well, I'm not sure what it all would repeat that I've already said in the privacy of my own home, and then bring it up here, and it might repeat it here. So
I got it.
If you train it. So I've got to go
So
home.
what do you do? As you're driving through a certain neighborhood, you hang the parrot out so it ain't really you saying it?
No, I don't know what you're even discussing. No, I've just said silly, funny things. No, I'll just make sure that...
Is that one of the things you throw in there?
No.
I got hard cash that N-word is on there someplace.
No, it's not coming up tomorrow. I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that. That's not funny. It's not a funny word in any way, shape, or form, even coming from a parrot. It's not.
All right, dude.
I'll bring it up.
How are we doing, Chloe?
I'll show you something else I brought up. I got something for Joy. Remember how she reacted to the other? This one. Is that worse or better?
Oh, that's nastier than the other clown.
Is it really?
Look, that clown looks like a punk.
Yeah, it's a punk clown.
Yeah, he's got earrings and tattoos and all kinds of stuff.
And that one's got like fangs.
Yeah, fangs. And this is the evil clown.
Gavin's not in his office.
Oh,
hang on a second. Trey, put that on. Let me find Gavin.
I was thinking he's probably get used to the other one. I know Joey has.
Wherever he is, as soon as I call him, he's going to come walking up the hall. Are you ready?
That is scary.
You set? Yep. Gavin.
Yeah.
Where are you?
Went out of the bathroom.
Trey's in the bathroom. Go get him. We'll open that door. You run into somebody?
What?
Who's got the two-way?
I took it from him.
Oh,
he took it away.
I'm gonna give it back to him.
We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show.
Daniel, what else you got?
I got a couple other things. The war on drivers is moving up a gear with a high-tech speed camera that tracks cars for up to 6 miles.
Where is that?
This one is over in the UK, I believe.
Don't care.
Well, it starts there, and it could end up over here. The long-reach traps will enforce limits over large stretches, including motorways, accident spots, and, of course, construction zones. Critics claim the equipment was just another cash cow for the government. Captain Gotso, the campaign's director for Motorists Against Detection, said this will not reduce deaths on the roads. It's all about the money. The new device is currently used on the motorways, and it measures the time taken for vehicles to travel between 2 points and then calculates the average speed. And the move comes as...
I'm surprised they haven't tried that already with the toll tags.
Oh, yeah, you could do it pretty easily.
When you go back and you look at your toll tag bill, it shows exactly where you went through at what time. So if you hit through... you're going down the tollway, you go from one booth to the next, they calculate your speed, you get pegged.
Really easy to do. Yeah, just get an average speed. No matter how fast you went, it'd still bust you. What?
Living in the Soviet Union.
Oh, it's not. If it keeps people from dying on the freeways?
It's got nothing to do with speed. It's people driving different speeds.
So what? People going to drive the normal speed, and then you want to increase it.
Most people drive the normal speed. When you drive to work or wherever, you can tell there's kind of a pace to the traffic. Those are the people that are okay. It's the dildo driving either too fast or too slow. Normally it's a slow one. In the left lane that creates the issue because everybody has to go around. It's not speed that's a problem. It's idiots.
So if you don't mind, if it's 70 miles an hour, what is it out here between our house and here? 100? 60? It's not 100. That's the problem. You want to go 100. And you want everybody to get out of your left lane.
Why don't you drive the speed limit? I'll spiff you for a green card.
Okay, what if I do 60? 65?
Because it's mostly them in the left lane driving below the speed limit because they don't want to get stopped.
You're right. They don't want to be stopped. They want to do the law.
No, why is it that's the only law that you want to adhere to? You don't want to go through immigration. You want to break every other law that we have, but you want to drive the speed limit.
Because I have to get to work, and I have to make some money for my family.
And grass isn't going to grow anymore between now and then. In fact, you're going to have less to cut if you get to move on.
You're just mad because they're in your way.
I don't like speed cameras.
And you want to say, yeah, because you want to speed.
You can safely speed and not create a problem. It's people running through the red lights. Those cameras are valid.
You like those ones. Okay, but you don't like the speed cameras.
No.
Well,
if there's no cop around and I'm speeding, I have an alienable right to go fast.
No, you don't. That's a law. Don't pull an Everett on me.
I'm not pulling an Everett. If there's nobody else around and I'm hauling ass, I'm not doing any damage.
I guess their thought is sooner or later you're going to run up on somebody who is slow, or just doing the speed limit. If you're doing 80, somebody else is doing 60. They're they're a lot closer to the speed limit than you are.
Speed cameras are nothing but cash cows.
And keeping people, if you know you're being watched, people will slow down. It's like where I currently have a ticket outstanding.
Still in Irving?
I always slow down in that area. Yes, because a bell goes off in my head. Slow down. We don't want to get stopped again.
Do you know why you still have an outstanding ticket? Because you let the Falconeer handle your court case.
I think he's moving along as quick as he can.
You got that ticket last year. Or did you get another one?
Dan, no. Hold on. This is...
we're into September.
Yeah, this is a different one.
You got another one?
I got stopped, yes.
Are you just on a tear?
You know what? It seems I would go years and not get a ticket. Just in the last 2 years, and it's all on that damn 114 year, right? It's the Russians.
Well, your truck's so inconspicuous that...
Well, it's not that. It's just, I'm stupid. I get out there and I get either late for work and I try to tell them where I'm going and they don't want to listen sometimes. Yeah, late for work at the radio station. Last time the guy goes, that's nice. Here you go, sign here. Yeah, at the Russ Martin Show. He'll be mad at me if I'm late.
I don't like him.
I'll sign wherever I need to.
And actually, they've got a point. You shouldn't be speeding in a truck that size anyway.
Why?
You hit one little piece of debris in the roadway, especially if you're on off-road tires on a highway, you're going to flip that sucker over.
I'm going to flip that truck? My Lord, I have to hit an on-ramp to flip that truck.
That truck's probably going to be top-heavy.
No, it's pretty well balanced.
It's.
I swerve all the time.
You've had it.
What? I swerve it all the time.
All right, I didn't realize you're doing road tests.
No, it's completely safe. You're right. I shouldn't be out there speeding. I wasn't thinking. You get out there on 114, especially when I go home. The traffic is died down. So there's not a lot of people around you.
Not to haul ass through Irving because they're on a nonstop kick.
They live out there on 114. Absolutely, I've learned.
But
that.
I think there also been an inordinate amount of wrecks, and that's been one of the other reasons.
I saw one going home Friday night. Did you see
the car fire?
Did you see it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool. I even stopped. I've got a fire extinguisher because I got there before the fire department did. And I pulled up in the...
You actually went over there?
Yeah, I walked over the wall. I got yelled at by the cops. But yeah, I walked over the wall. I had a fire extinguisher. Nobody else was doing anything.
The rear end of that car was in flames.
I know.
The gas tank.
I had a fire extinguisher.
That fire extinguisher is not going to put out the rear end of that car.
That's the same thing the cop said. Except he was louder.
Was there anyone in the car?
I couldn't tell. It was full. When I got there...
There's no reason to go up and try and extinguish a vehicle if there's no one inside. What kind of training do you have?
I clearly don't have the training that you and Dan don't have either.
Well, here's the moronic thing is I thought exactly the same thing as I'm driving by. Hey, I got a fire extinguisher in the truck. Not a chance.
Well, I did. I stopped. I didn't get very far.
And that was on the
eastbound side.
Yeah, the eastbound side of 114. Was it Grapevine?
Yeah, right by Grapevine, right near the airport.
When I was coming to work today, I saw all these fluorescent markings all over the freeway. It looked like some pinball machine game, and I couldn't figure out what the hell it was. And then they all led to this big burn mark in the center lane. So obviously that was the route the car took before it flipped around and caught fire.
That was very cool. But I tried to help. At least I tried.
That's not a cool thing when someone's property catches on fire and they're probably in fear of their life.
I don't know anyone who was in the car. I'm the only one with an extinguisher. I'm the only one doing anything. I can see the fire department half mile away.
What was cool about it?
It was that I was trying to help. I'm trying to do a good thing. And I got screamed at by the police.
They run you off?
Yeah. Get away. You don't know what you're doing. Get away. All right. Let it burn. Screw you.
Not Zeke.
Zeke Heil.
I'll goose step back in my truck. You writing me up for speeding while you're at it.
I'm parking in the grass illegally.
Yeah, I'm over here illegally parked, Adolph. Why don't you come get me? Obviously, he was screaming at you for your own good.
I understand that.
Because I thought about exactly the same thing. I got a little fire extinguisher in the back of the truck. I'm driving by and went, nobody's there. The fire department's not there. And then I kept going because I knew that fire extinguisher was going to do nothing but get me close enough to get cooked.
I've seen a couple of different car fires. One was a truck fire. I told you the truck fire that night. We just pulled up on it right after it happened. And the guy was still moving in the truck.
Well, at that point, you take a chance and you go, regardless of what you got, you give it a shot.
Okay. I didn't that night.
Well, those are the rules.
Okay. Well, and that's when I went out to buy the fire extinguisher. So I'd have it next time. There's some guy reached in. I swear to God, I think I've told this story before. The guy hits a bridge abutment. He's still moving, and the fire is just now starting to go. Fire, no one's there yet, but just the people that were around, the trucks and myself that stopped. I mean, we pulled up seconds after it happened. There's a guy, and it turned out later he was a sheriff, reached in through the passenger door, through the flames, and pulled that guy out.
Well, I never knew the part of the story that they got him out.
Yeah, the guy pulled him out, pulled him down, and of course he rolled down the embankment. But
well, that's what you need to do anyway.
Saved his life. Yeah, it turned out he was an off-duty sheriff's guy. Because when I told that story on the
Slow down.
I was excited.
The guy that saved him was off-duty, or the guy that was burning?
The guy that saved him was an off-duty sheriff's.
Okay.
Because when I told the story on the air, he emailed me. He goes, "Yeah, I was there that night."
The guy die?
The guy did not die.
All right.
He would have.
Okay. How are we doing, Club? Go ahead, Dan.
Okay, a woman had to relive her 5-hour ordeal with a sleazy hair doctor who was found guilty this week of massaging women's breasts.
I read this.
Leading hair consultant Praminder Manku told his victims that they needed stress-relieving massages to help with their scalp problems, but instead he grabbed their breasts under the guise of treatment.
Well,
after a 2 week...
I saw some of the pictures of the chicks that had filed complaints. They had full heads of hair.
It doesn't mean it's okay to massage their breasts to make their hair grow back.
Obviously, it works.
No.
Well, especially not when you're breaking out the oil and you're telling the women to take off their clothes so they don't get any oil on them, on their clothes. And then when they open their eyes as he's massaging, he's not wearing any clothes himself.
Yeah, how about that?
There's a reason for that.
Yeah, there is. My favorite part of the story.
Can't help you with this one.
Is at the end, after she She says, no, I'm not going to do that, and get off me and put your clothes back on. What does he say to her at the very end there, Dan?
As she hurriedly put her clothes back on and made for the exit, Manku asked for payment.
And?
And also said she needed to be booked for another appointment.
We'll reschedule you on Tuesday.
You come back, yes?
All right, we'll be back.
We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show. The perfect remedy for stress. The Russ Martin Show. We're back to the Russ Martin Show.
Debbie Henry from HR is in Gavin's office. Put on the clown mask and go get him. That way she can see firsthand what he does. Go, Trey.
Debbie! Sounds like a dog.
Debbie Henry slammed him.
Snap out of it, boy.
You got roundhouse by HR, didn't you? She pulled him off the ground and whacked him in the puss.
Most people's HR department would make some sort of report, write something down. She just slugged him.
Not here. There's no reporting process.
That's how we roll.
Yeah, that was kind of took me off guard.
All right. Anything before we go down?
I've got several, but
one thing I wanted to mention to you, in addition to Trey being slapped by HR, a Pennsylvania woman who thought she was petting a neighbor's cat got a bit of a smelly surprise when it actually turned out to be a skunk. Not only did the skunk spray the woman before dawn Monday, but it ran into her Mount Carmel home. Police spent hours at the home before just leaving. There was no immediate word if they were able to remove the skunk.
Hey, your cat's sick. All right, the obvious is cats don't look anything like skunks unless you watch the cartoons.
Correct. And you actually
Les Mew.
Well, they kind of do.
No, they don't.
A little bit with a big tail.
No.
And a bad smell.
Your cat's sick. Your cat's got the spray crumbs. I don't like things.
Oh, stop. Thank you.
Bitty claws.
Does it matter at this point?
Does it say how she made that mistake or why she thought it was a neighbor's cat?
She just did. She thought it was a neighbor's cat, reached down to pet it, and she got sprayed. And if that wasn't bad enough, it ran inside her house.
Yeah, I was scared.
The cops couldn't find it. It's still in that house somewhere, as far as they know.
There's a sick cat in the house. Oh, please be in the cat box. Swell.
It's in the tub.
Is that all you got?
I got one more email that just over the weekend. Russ, I was at Great Fest on Saturday, and I saw Gavin. He was actually singing Living After Midnight with a bunch of kids from the rock school.
Well, we knew he was going out there.
He said, I thought it was kind of odd, but then it happened in front of everyone. He ripped off his shirt. I thought Gavin was just doing that as a bit for the show, but no, he really did it. I guess he thinks it's the rock star thing to do, but not at an event where kids are present.
Gavin.
Yeah.
Why'd you do that with kids?
Because it's rock school.
For some of these kids, that's the first. They're still kids.
I know, but I was teaching.
These are like music recitals for the kids. They go to the rock school. They learn this stuff. They go out. They play as a band. Why you got to scare the straights?
I wasn't scaring them. I was teaching them how to rock. And Mike told me, he goes, rock out. So I rocked out.
And Mike told you the owner of the rock school to take your shirt off?
No.
What kind of response were you
I got
greeted
carried away, man. These kids were jamming on stage, so I thought I heard someone say, take your shirt off. I swear I heard that. I just acquiesced.
Pedophile.
No, there were families out there.
Pedophile.
No, it's not pedophile.
If you do it in front of their mom, it doesn't make it okay.
Yeah, these kids were all dressed up to rock. Like they had makeup on and everything, and so... And if you're going to do it, you got to do it full throttle.
Did you pull your rooster out?
No, that's disgusting.
That's how you rock out.
No, you do not. Not in front of kids.
Obviously, somebody saw this and they weren't thrilled with your performance. Why is it you always got to peel the shirt off?
Because that's what rock stars do.
Stick an incense in your belly button if you're going to keep yanking your shirt off.
That's what kids do.
Kids don't want to see fat old men on stage.
First of all, I'm not old. Second of all, I'm not fat. I'm thinner than I've been in a long time. I'm thinner than I've been in a long time.
All right. You look like a troll doll.
I do not.
And you especially look like one when you take your shirt off.
Man, he told me to rock out, and I rocked out.
Well, why didn't you show him your Peter while you at it?
Because I don't do that. That's rock stars don't do that on stage. They do that backstage.
So you did it backstage?
No, there were kids around. I was doing it to help out the rock school. So I rocked out. I mean,
all right. Okay.
Am I supposed to?
Died? Apologize. No reason for me to call you a troll doll. Because they have hair. Ready to go? You ready to go, Dan?
Oh, yeah.
See that one coming.
For more information on The Russ Martin Show, including pictures, videos, and more, just go to russmartin.com. Damn. Yeah. To answer any questions you may have about the show, go to russmartin.info. To email the show, and during the show only, send that to studio@russmartin.com. Other show websites, johndavidryan.com, the new and improved danO'Malley.com, djclode.net, treytrenholm.com, and of course, for the band manager, Chuck, his website, chuckwheat.com. Limo service for the show is provided by Limo George. His website, limogeorge.com. The official liquor store of the show is Majestic Fine Wine and Spirits. Their website, majesticliquors.com. And the official airline of the Russ Martin Show is Southwest Airlines. Their website, southwest.com. And the official site for Live 105.3 is, of course, live1053.com.
All right, see you guys tomorrow. See you.
Now listen to the Russ Martin Show anytime you want on the web at russmartin.info. The Russ Martin Show rocks the Metroplex.